Just wanted to see how long I could awkwardly stare at the camera, and you guys would all sit there and not really sure what to do, or like it would get awkward. Would some of you start to leave at what point? It'd be just an interesting data collection points, I think, to really test this out. At what point does somebody in tech step in? Like, what is he doing? Do they cut my feed? I don't know. I don't know how long we can really play this out.
Are you okay, Jim? Is everything okay?
There it was. It was only just a few seconds. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, I'll do it right, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. It is Friday night. It is time for Dragons and Things. Welcome. How are you all? My cast tonight is a lovely group of people. We will slowly move into to see. We've got Lamar with us. We've got Candace, Jamie.
Hi.
Eric Raddick himself
I'm here.
And Ben Birch.
Yeah!
There he is. Look at all these guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm glad to play with you all. It'll be a good time.
Yay.
I hope that nobody dies horribly, because that would bring that energy down. And I want it to be a good, positive experience for everybody.
Of course.
I want everybody to be having fun, not having their guts ripped out by zombies or anything like that.
Sure.
Not that would happen.
Of course that wouldn't happen.
But just if it did, it would just be a very sad moment.
Boy.
Are ripping out the insides of creatures.
But one of us here is a zombie, though, right?
Yeah, I need that to happen to survive.
Aside from Harry Plopper, who would consume the flesh of any creature that dies within 50 feet of him, no matter what, even if he didn't need to. He just likes to eat people. All right, you know what?
Gross.
Before I ramble just in so far off into the weeds that we never get back, I think we should probably play some Pathfinder. What do y'all say?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, sure.
All righty. Let's do it. Fanray, you arrive at Heroic Endeavors Incorporated just like every morning, the day full of possibility. You haven't had a really intense assignment in several weeks, but you got a notice yesterday for a meeting first thing in the morning, so you're pretty sure that things are about to get exciting for you and a few of your friends. It's always fun to imagine who might be on your team for the day. They don't usually let you know who you'll be working with until you arrive at the conference room to get your assignment. You walk through the halls. Will you see Peepa? She's level-headed and good to have around when you're hurt. Maybe Oopsie, his obsession with pickles notwithstanding, he's reliable and tough. There's always a chance you'll get stuck with that horrible dead boy again. You saw him taken down by exploding skeletons not too long ago, but he has a habit of coming back. You'll probably have to hear all about how some necromancer with an incredibly stupid name brought him back. Ugh. You turn the corner. The conference room just up ahead. The door standing open. You don't see who is already inside, but you hear a voice you very easily recognize. A voice telling a story you also recognize, because this story is about you. So there she is in the backyard, up to her ankles in the mud, a cleaver in both hands as I rush out to try to stop her. She isn't listening to a word I say because she's focused on the earthworms that have crawled out onto the stone, so they don't drown from the rain the previous night. She lets out this warrior cry just as I'm about to reach her and comes down, chop with the cleaver. But she misses the worm, comes down, slices off 2 of her own little toes. There's blood everywhere and she's screaming. I'm trying to pick her up to find her toes in the mud. Absolute chaos. Now, I can't go to the church because I had a disagreement with the clerics over some rather baseless accusations that they had leveled my way regarding the statuette of a celestial messenger. But I know this physician/alchemist owes me a hefty sum after a bad night of dice, so I rush her to his office and offer to forgive his debt if he'll reattach the toes. Now, he doesn't normally treat children, but he knows he's never getting out from under my thumb unless he gets to work. Problem is, the formula he uses to seal the wound and assist the recovery isn't properly mixed, so her toes turn purple. And I'm talking about bright violet purple, not like the dead boy's dead fingers. And they stay this way. To this very day, she has 2 purple toes on her left foot. So now that she's recovering and we've all calmed down, I ask her what in the blazes she was doing with that cleaver in the backyard, and she looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Well, Daddy, the snakes were gonna bite us." She sliced off 2 of her own toes trying to kill worms, thinking they were vipers or something. It was absolutely ridiculous. And Fanray, as your father finishes this epic tale of your childhood heroics, he finally seems to notice that you've been standing in the doorway for most of it. Around the table, you also see Harry Plopper, Kanshaka, Matt Mercenary, and Sheog. Walter Mithel turns to you and says, Fanray, daughter dearest, I've got a job for you today. Your father puts his arm around your shoulder and urges you into the room as your colleagues stare, perhaps wondering if indeed you have 2 purple toes. What do you do?
We do something.
That was a story.
How are you?
That was a story.
Oh, the embarrassment is all too real.
Robbie97777 says, "Look, it's the new Justice League."
Oh, goodness.
Penguin Witch Doctor. Uh-oh, just looked at the title. What is Fanray up to? Ooh, or does Peepa meet her father today?
True, we need to start introducing more characters' parents to the show.
Hold up. What's this about Oopsie being HEI's Employee of the Week? Delirious says,
true.
Congrats to Oopsie for being HEI's Employee of the Week. He replaced all my equipment with pickles last time.
I know.
That's true.
Oh yeah. That was hilarious.
That was a pretty good one.
Did they ever tell Kanshaka about his dryad love interest, Penguin Witch Doctor? What?
I don't know that I know what they're talking about. I'm just as confused.
What? No, Penguin, they did not.
I love that Scott Denuzo said, "Dang it, get off of work to enjoy HEI and Eric's here. Crap. Love you, bud. MJ."
Yeah. Hey, Denuzo. Good to see you, Scott.
Wes IRL and Nisarith have both resubbed for 5 months.
Nice.
Thank you for that.
Awesome.
Oh.
Alrighty. So, we'll do some Pathfinder then. With Fanray's arrival, you all settle in to hear what old Walter Mithel has up his sleeve for you today. You haven't seen him since he recovered a chest from the old catacombs beneath Mithel Manor, a chest containing an ancient and valuable treasure that unfortunately no one has been able to open because of the complex locking mechanism that even HEI's most skilled locksmiths have been unable to penetrate. So, I have some very exciting news for all of you. With your help, I am about to become wildly wealthy. And yes, you, daughter, by association, are also going to become wildly wealthy. Walter pauses, as though he sort of expects this to elicit some kind of reaction. But after sort of an awkward pause, he says, "But I've been digging, and I've discovered that there's a collector in the city who specializes in the history of House Horvath, and he has agreed to allow us to view some relics he's acquired with a direct connection to the fallen weirdo cult that once owned our home. Now, there are no guarantees, but I think he might just have the key to that very chest containing all of our money. So, all we have to do is verify whether he has whether or not he has what we need, and then I will make a deal with the collector, and we will all get paid. So how does that sound? An easy day's work, very little danger, I suspect."
That's a cue for the rest of us? Is that
Well, I thought you would all be very excited to hear that we will be getting paid. Well, some of you will be getting paid quite a bit of money.
Mr. Fanray's dad, sir? Every
Yes.
time we've ever done anything with you, we've almost died due to a terrible oversight on your part of the dangers of said mission.
Almost is the key word. You are heroes after all, yes?
I mean, some of us have died. Hello. My name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died 49 times.
At least.
Is that counting the last time? Because I am
Yes.
fairly certain I saw you perish.
Oh, yes. I definitely did.
I wanted to go back and gather your remains, but there was no time. We were trying to get out of there as quickly as possible.
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
No divorce just going to bring me back over and over and over and over and over again. But
Yeah.
I'm determined. I believe that Moldavor might actually be somehow connected to the Horvath family, which makes me think that being a part of this is quite good. So, I'll join.
You said wildly wealthy. Is that what you said? Wild riches? What was the?
Yes, once, of course, the chest that we recovered naturally must contain a vast sum of money that we have thus far been unable to actually obtain and use. So once we open the chest, I will, of course, collect my treasure, and you will get an agreed-upon sum of money for helping me.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but good old Matt mercenary for hire, is always up for a great adventure. And as Matthew Mercenary talks, he raises his hands like this, and you just see this exorbitant amount of bracelets. You can't understand it. You can't wrap your head around it. It's excessive. It's unreasonable. Extreme even. You look at the boundless bracelets as he's talking, and they're taken aback and almost mesmerized. You can't tell where one bracelet ends and the other begins. And everyone's just lost in thought. I'm in, good sir. I am in. Count me in. You have this hero for this job.
That's excellent to hear. You'll be able to buy so many more bracelets once we've gotten this treasure in our hands.
You noticed my bracelets.
Well, it's hard not to, boy. You have so very many of them.
Well, that sounds like fun. We should, maybe we'll all go and have some fun, and we'll get bracelets too.
Yes, bracelets for everyone. If that's how you choose to use your earnings from all of this.
Bracelets are fun. I like bracelets.
Yeah.
I love Candace's voice. Okay, well, I'm gonna get bracelets too. Okay, bye.
You making fun of me?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I said Candace.
Oh, well, never mind.
He wasn't making fun of your character. He was making fun of you, the real person, to your face. That's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Father, has the thought crossed your mind that there might not be money within this chest? Or
Indeed, there could be other valuables that we sell for money, but either way, we're certainly going to be fabulously wealthy. Could be a whole slew of bracelets.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bracelets.
We gotta get in there now.
Well, I guess I must be in.
Good to hear. We're off to the Struben Winery. Follow me, everyone.
Are bears allowed at the Struben Winery? Is it okay if McCree comes along?
Oh yes, bring your bears. That'll be a big hit, I think.
Barry's just been sitting in a corner the entire time.
Wait, you're allowed to bring your bear here? I thought we weren't allowed to have the bears in the city.
I just kind of let Barry walk where he wants to walk, and sometimes he wants to walk in here. He's licensed and stuff. I got him licensed the other week. He has his own little bear. He pulls out like a little fake license. It has like a drawing of a bear. It says Barry, race bear, occupation bear.
Nice.
The larger Barry gets, the less willing anybody in HEI offices has been to sort of dictate where he can and cannot walk. Mm-hmm. So they just kind of gave up after a while.
Well, good old Matthew Mercenary is a stickler for the rules. There's bugs in here.
Bugs aren't allowed in the offices. Bears, yes.
Yeah, get
bugs,
the bugs. Well, next time I'll remember. I don't have to leave McCree at the wherever that is, that bear daycare that he stays at in the city.
Bear daycare. Who's going to the bear daycare? Oh man,
it's the Care Bear Care.
Yeah, so. We got to stop at the Care Bear Care Center. Is it okay? We got to stop at the Bear Care Bear Care Center before we go to the winery.
Yeah, we can stop at the Care Bear Care Center.
Okay.
Boy,
Absolutely.
you guys like saying Care Bear Bear Care.
Care Bear Care.
The Care Bear Care is a very good place to care for your bear.
This is true.
Oh,
They take really good care of.
Well, now I need wine, so let's go.
Let's go get some wine.
Wine makes saying bear care.
Care Bear Care.
It's okay, Miss Fenray. You don't have a bear, so you might not say it as well as the rest of us, because we have to go to the Care Bear Care a lot. And so if you don't go to the Care Bear Care a lot, you might not be able to say Care Bear Care, because it's very hard to say that in common. But it's okay, Miss Fenray. We're going to go do this murderous thing that your dad wants us to do, so we can possibly get your land back.
Right. The murderous thing. Yep.
We're going to be rich, and we'll just have an unlimited amount of bracelets. Is what I heard.
Well, let's all be clear here. I'm going to be rich. You all will get paid for your work day. Yes, that's true. But it's really, when we talk about the division of riches, it's definitely, was found. This is Fanray is going to. You understand. Anyway, let's go.
I feel like Harry has already been gone. Like he knows
to,
that
because
he has to,
they'll all arrive at the same
outpace
time, but
them.
Harry's been gone for like 10
Yeah,
minutes
just
already.
walked away.
Well, he knows that he's got to get there before everybody else because they'll catch up to him halfway. So,
So you go out to the Care Bear Care Center, pick up the and follow Walter Mithel through the streets of Cavaloshia. He leads you out into the Bright District, which is where all the fancy rich people go to shop and live and eat and have brunch on the veranda. Struben Wines is a beautiful white stone building in the Bright District. A shining round golden emblem studs the wall just above the entryway. The design, a ring of fruit-bearing grapevines encircling a stylized S. You enter the building. It is much cooler than the sunny streets. There are a few patrons in fine clothing sampling wines on one side of the room, but Walter pays no attention to any of that. He marches right up to a door marked for employees only and raps his knuckles against it. When it opens, he whispers something to whomever is on the other side, and then he turns back around to all of you and, come on. You follow him, moving through a series of hallways until you are in a luxuriously decorated den where a short man with incredibly long blonde hair is spreading soft cheese over crackers and popping them in his mouth one by one. He pauses his snack when you enter. He says, Mithel, you brought them. How glorious to be in the presence of such renowned heroes. You've all made such a name for yourself these last few months. I'm very excited to be working with you during this time.
Yes, and who might you be?
Well, my name is, hold on, I have to open my notes. For some reason, I forgot the first name. But I'm definitely Pulver Struben at your service. Oh, you brought animals with you. That's going to be a big hit with the crowds. I didn't know. Well, Walter, when you said you were bringing heroes, I was skeptical that you could deliver. But this is going to be a good show.
I'm sorry, crowds.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like a gathering of things?
Yes, of course. You'll be. That's the arrangement. I was going.
Oh, let me
He's sort of
tell
looking
you.
at Walter at this point, who's looking at all of you like, oh, yes, don't worry. It's all good. They're very strong, very capable heroes, and it's going to be quite a good show, isn't it, darling? Yes, you see, the key that Mr. Struben has, he's giving to me, and in return, he's selling tickets to a bit of a show tonight that you will be performing in the basement beneath the winery.
This is not a circus, is it? Barry doesn't.
Oh, no, not a circus at all. No. This is definitely more of a right up your alley kind of thing. don't worry about any of this. It's fine, Mr. Struben. The details. We've got it all worked out on our end. So, you just rest assured that we just need the key, and I'll get out of here, and you can explain to them about how this is all going to get resolved. Right?
Jim,
At this point, Mr.
At this point, you watch as one of the bears starts getting extremely agitated and moving around. Is that about this time, Jim?
It is at about this time that the
bear's
getting agitated.
It's about this time. The bear's getting agitated, and it's the bear with the very fine red scarf, or it almost looks like a poncho with this gold embroiderment across it. And the bear's starting to move around, and he's opening his toothy maw, and people are trying to figure it out. And you can see that Matt Mercenary is staying very calm. He knows what's happening. He looks over and he goes, "Oh, McCree, it must be high noon." And you watch as he pulls out a large cigar out from under his cloak and a match, and he lights the cigar, and he gives the bear a cigar. And most of you aren't surprised by this. You've seen it before. And McCree has a bear now, or McCree has a cigar that he's smoking. And I think all is well. All is well.
When you do all this, Mr. Struben is watching all this just open-faced glee, and this is going to be a fantastic hit with the crowd. I mean, they are going to love this level of showmanship. I can't believe my good fortune.
No, this isn't a show. He has a cigar at noon every day, just a one cigar, and that's all I allow him. That's it.
So I take it that you aren't quite certain what it is that I do for a living. Perhaps. No. Well, you see, obviously there's the winery, and also entertainment. You see, some people find great amusement in watching displays of violence, let's say, all in good fun, of course. Very few people ever get hurt. It's the excitement, it's the thrill that people enjoy so much. But of course, laws being what they are, sometimes the overreaching government likes to deny people the simple, harmless pleasures of life, do they not? So I provide a service to people where I host exciting, thrilling shows. They pay me a great deal of money to come and watch them. And there has been a deal made where you will be participating in just such an event. But again, people rarely ever get hurt. And I'm afraid that I've already sold quite a few tickets tonight to very wealthy and influential people who are counting on seeing actual licensed heroes perform. So as you can see, despite your shock, there is a bit of, say, financial stake that has already been claimed for this. And your cooperation is non-negotiable at this point.
Jim, would we know if this goes against our contracts with HEI?
Go ahead and make a society check would be a good one.
All right. 19.
19. Yeah, definitely. You are not permitted to. You definitely have a lot of latitude in what you're allowed to do in anything that's considered a heroic intervention. But you are certainly not allowed to engage in illegal activity in any sort of contract for HEI. So they would never approve you participating in any kind of illegal blood sport like it was being described here.
Cool. Right. And when is this show supposed to happen?
Well, that would be tonight. That's why you're all here. That's why you brought your bears, I assumed.
Oh, Barry, that's Barry. Barry's my friend. We go everywhere together because sometimes I get sleepy and Barry lets me snuggle with him. And then sometimes he gets sleepy and sometimes he just crushes me at night. But anyway, what was it?
You snuggle with your bear too? That's fun. I saw
Lord.
McCree and I snuggled. Bears are good for snuggling, right?
They are they're great for snuggling. Sometimes I stay at the Care Bear Center. They let me help every once in a while. And I don't snuggle all the bears, but I definitely feed them and I get to pet them and I get to brush their hair. And anyway, getting back to focus,
At this time, Fanray has drawn her rapier and dagger, and steps to the side of Ulfer Struben and looks at the other 4 heroes and goes, right. So this is going to happen whether you like it or not. Mr. Struben, where are we allowed to wait?
Oh, yes, eager, and I can see very intimidating. I love the aura that we've got going on here with the blades. Really going to be a crowd pleaser. Why don't we all take a tour of the facility downstairs?
After you.
Sure. Mr. Struben leads you to what is large wine cellar just beneath the main shop floor. You can see these huge, massive wooden kegs. And one of them he walks right up to, and he, instead of, it's got this spigot on it, and he just grabs it and turns the whole thing upside down, and the front part of the keg just opens like a massive door, and cool. He's after you, my dear. Lets you all pass. You find yourselves now going down a sort of wide, very comfortable, but steep, declining tunnel that leads further beneath the winery. This soon opens up into a large arena. There's no mistaking its exact purpose. There is spectator seating all around this big, deep stone pit. There's nobody really here right now except for a few people that are setting up. You can see like streamers being set up and signs, and there's a bookie going over odds near a giant chalkboard. He says, so you will all be down in the pits tonight. I can assure you, don't worry. There's no murder involved here. All of the creatures you'll be fighting were caught out in the wild. They'll be brought in. You'll slay the monsters. You'll give the crowd a good show. It's all going to be very easy, I'm certain, for heroes of your caliber. It should be no danger at all.
Hey Jim, speaking of heroes of our caliber, the real Gauchite gave Sheog a hero point, as well as a sync to you. Sync to Jim Jam, get yourself a PC.
Nice.
Just trying to earn that employee of the week when he's outside of the game. I see how this is.
Yes.
We've also got follows from Bullfrog4800, BW Right UK, VO Too Much, Mira, Tyre Thomas, and Sil Mill 25.
Nice, very nice. Welcome to the channel. We are also, it looks like Sharna has resubbed for 5 months. The Real Gobshite is gifted a sub to Striker 11B, and the Cadence gifted 5 subs.
Ooh,
that's fantastic. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Getting closer to those sub goals.
The entire time walking down here, Fanray has been at the back of the pack, almost like pointing her rapier at the other heroes, in a way trying to force them forward. But now that we're down here, I think she kind of releases a little bit of that tension. All right, when does this go down, Mr. Struben?
Well, you have the whole day to yourselves. Down here, you can do whatever it is you do before you slay monsters. Once the shop is closed for the night, you will see the crowds cheering your names will arrive, and the show will commence at approximately 8:30 p.m.
Thank you so much for all of that information. I'm sure we can keep ourselves busy until then.
Yeah, he says, don't worry, we even have an area for you to plant yourselves and sharpen your sword, so to speak. And he leads you down. There's another set of stairs that takes you down basically under the spectator section where there is something of basically like a locker room. He's like, you can, of course, store and use the locker, store any of your equipment here. It's all perfectly safe. If you need anything, just ask one of my boys. We're happy to provide wine and snacks and food, and have fun. That's really what this is all about, isn't it?
Well,
It is.
yeah.
Do you guys have like a nice lady who brings us food and like makes us feel better when we get beat up?
Food? I can have a nice lady bring you just about anything you want. Who will make you feel better if you get hurt? I don't know. That, I think, depends on how good of a show you put on. That's all up to you, my friend.
As long as it's not a circus, it's okay.
Well, I think maybe wine all around.
Oh, we have plenty of that here. Mr. Struben leaves you. You hear, you watch as he goes, and at some point, he tells something to some of the people that are sort of working the area. Within a few minutes, you have more wine than you can shake a stick at provided. Plenty of cheeses and fruits and spiced breads. All kinds of good things are brought to you. Pretty much anything that you ask for. This whole time, Walter Mithel has been very, very quiet. But now he says, I couldn't actually, surely you understand the need for the subtlety in all of this. I couldn't really have on your contract that you would be doing this, but I feel like, there's a lot of money at stake here, so you understand, yes?
No! No, I don't understand. You have no idea what is in that chest, Father. And you're saying that a lot of money is worth my friends' lives. Absolutely.
You're not going to die. They've caught a couple of goblins or something in the woods. You're going to stick. You would be out fighting monsters anyway in the wild. At least now you get to do it with wine and cheese.
I don't want to agree with him always, but he does have a point because, wine and cheese.
Wine and cheese. McCree actually does like a good wine and cheese to go along with his stogie.
Oh, we'll see. There we go.
Who other of your friends gets to say that they are treated so nicely when they're out in the forest, sleeping on the hard ground and wading through muck to get stabbed by some troll or another?
There better be bracelets, though. I was promised a treasure chest of bracelets.
Well, it's not. We just don't know what's in the chest. But if it's just money and you get paid, then you can. That boy's hand. What?
Harry.
Yes, very sorry. My name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died. And Fanray, might I speak to you for a moment?
I guess so.
Well, I was thinking that maybe inside the box it might be more information about the Horvath family. The Horvath family, and we might have more intel about what has happened around your household, and maybe it's not a treasure at all, but maybe it's information. And then we can use it, and we can find Moldavort.
Yes, those are all possibilities, Harry.
Yes.
But what's going to happen with whatever is found inside that chest is it will more than likely be sold off by my father. And you can say goodbye to whatever information is on it. But we are here. We might as well have a little fun. What, Harry?
Oh, yes, my name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died. I was just, I was remembering last time we were, confused about if I'm old enough, because technically I've lived a long time. Can I have wine as well?
Harry, yes, have as much wine as you would like.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Miss Fanray?
Yes.
I think this grape juice is spoiled.
It's supposed to be that way. I don't want any of you to hold anything against me. The only reason I drew my weapons upstairs was that if anyone saw us, you four would not lose your contracts, only I would, because my father is an idiot.
Ah. Well, cheers to idiots! And she downs a goblet.
I feel like isn't her dad still standing right there?
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's double fisting 2 big goblets of wine.
Oh,
and when you
nice.
cheers to idiots, he's like, that's really the spirit. I think you should all take after this fine example of a warrior. And he also downs a goblet.
Oh, it's great.
Harry's got his cup in 2 hands, and he's like just sipping it. He's just.
I imagine they gave you a sippy cup lid.
Didn't get full bottles. I want a full bottle. I just uncork the bottle, take a drink, and then I hold McCree's cigar and I give him the bottle, and he takes his paws and he's holding the wine bottle and drinking. This is going to be
pretty
fun.
soon
When
you're
you
all
said
well
bottle,
good and
I was
drunk.
Fanray is abstaining.
When you said bottle, I was imagining a baby bottle, not a wine bottle.
A wine bottle.
Barry and Con like sniffing the cups and just pour them out. You just get some water. You shouldn't eat spoiled food. It's not good for you.
Well,
So
Go ahead.
Yep, you got it.
Oh, I was just going to say, I am so mad. I hate my dad. Can I stab him yet, Jim?
You could always stab your dad, but then
I'd be doing 2 illegal things in a day.
2 illegal
I
things
don't
in one
want
day.
to do that.
Only
Just
illegal if you get caught.
no, he might get us to bring more cheese. So I'll leave him live.
So you while away many hours eating cheese and fruit and drinking water or wine or whatever else you want. The staff are very accommodating. They bring you pretty much anything that you ask for. You do note that there are, as time passes, more and more staff from the area, and a great deal of them are larger, tougher looking individuals, armed, but keeping themselves sort of in inobtrusive spaces. And you note that they keep an eye on you guys, and you just get the feeling that you're not supposed to leave just yet. Nobody really, makes an aggressive move towards any of you or anything like that. You certainly don't feel necessarily threatened, but there's definitely an aura that they would Mr. Struben would prefer it if you stayed put until this show is over. Eventually, the spectator area begins to fill up with very richly dressed patrons, lots of very, very shiny gold and gem-studded bracelets all around. You note that There's the atmosphere becomes much more lighthearted. There's almost like an excitement in the air as people fill in, take seats, place bets, and pretty soon there's basically like a full-blown party going on in this spectator area. As it fills up and 8:30 draws closer and closer. At one point, Mr. Struben shows up just to make sure that you've been very well taken care of, and ask if there's anything else that he could do for you before the show begins. He wishes you good luck and then heads off to sort of mingle with his patrons as the time approaches.
You see that everybody else, you know, he told everybody to like sharpen their blades and all of that, and you just see that if anybody else is doing that, Harry's like got out his wand and he's like pretending to carve away at it with the sharpening stone, because he doesn't really get what the whole blade sharpening is all about.
Nice. Pretty soon. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hope Jim makes you roll for a mischance with that wand now.
It explodes, releasing wild magic everywhere.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling great. I'm feeling I think it's gonna be fun. What do you think, McCree? This is gonna be cool, guys. I'm looking forward to the show.
I can't feel my face, so I'm ready.
As the time draws near, some of the staff approaches you and says, "Well, it's almost time. Is everybody ready? You're gonna be great. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna, give them a show. Make a big, your heroes. Stand tall. Show them your weapons. Give them a little pizzazz. Then the matches will start. It should all be pretty basic stuff. Just good luck. You guys do this all the time, so no worries. It's all gonna be great. You're gonna be great. Yep, yeah. And then this person's just like frantically going down this checklist, like looking around, looking at each of you, trying to make sure that everything's in order. And like, yes.
You have any intel? Can you give us like a little sneak peek or a heads up at what is coming at us here?
I don't know what they've got in store. I know that you're scheduled for three matches tonight. Yeah, that's right.
You got a lot of sheets of paper. You're checking. You gotta have.
They don't. None of this. They don't. They didn't tell me what. I'll try to go find out. I'll try to go find out. Just wait here.
Harry, do you believe this guy?
He runs off, leaving you alone for just a moment. Yes, Harry Plopper?
Yes, my name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died, and no, I don't believe them.
I don't know, yeah, I think he had the list. He was checking boxes. He knew.
I think so. But before we begin, I feel how soon are we starting? Does anyone know right now or in moments?
It's at about that moment that you hear a loud sort of booming voice filter from out in the main arena. And it says, "And we are introducing from HEI licensed heroes here for your entertainment, skilled in the arts of slaying and certain to give you a show you'll never forget." It's at about this time that the guy that you sent off to go find out what it is that you're supposed to fight rushes back in. He's like, Crabs, go, get out there. That's your cue, go.
And Harry goes, knight to E4, and he touches himself and he casts mage armor upon himself.
Okay, cast mage armor.
What's a cue?
I go in, I pull out my heavy crossbow. I get McCree. McCree's kind of a little stumbly too. He doesn't look like he's too steady right now. And we go out there and I go out waving to everyone. And then I have my crossbow loaded and I fire a bolt up into the air.
All right. The people are
Reload.
like cheering as you enter the arena. People are on their feet, pounding on the like they're up above you. So they're like reaching down and pounding on the stones that ring the arena itself. Everybody seems to be like pumped and excited to see what's about to happen as you fill in. When you all get out there and you've sort of made as the crowd's just starting to die down, Struben, you see him. He stands up to address the whole audience, who are all still eager-eyed and shouting for blood. He says, "Our heroes have ventured far and wide, facing exotic monsters in long-forgotten tombs. Tonight, they fight for your pleasure, displaying their skill and prowess to delight and excite. Their first challenge, skittering beasts from beneath the waves. Can they withstand the pressure, or will they be caught in the crushing claws of defeat?" At this point, a huge gate on the opposite side of the arena opens, and 3 massive red-shelled crabs scuttle across the dirt. Struben grabs a cow skull, tosses it towards one of the crabs, who snaps at it with a deft strike of its pincer claw. The skull shatters with ease, spraying bone shards across the battlefield as the crowd roars with delight, and it is time to roll initiative.
For some reason. Okay. That's a 17 for me, Jim.
17 for Kanshaka.
Which means this dice is going into dice jail. So get rid of this one.
10 for Shayog.
Oh no.
Yep.
That's not as good.
I know.
30-20 for Fanray.
Okay, that's pretty good. Mr. Matt Mercenary.
16 for good old Matt Mercer Nary.
All right, and Mr. Harry Plopper.
A wizardly 14.
Ah, wizardly 14. Better than you usually do.
Yes.
Still not good. Fanray, you see these massive crabs come scuttling sideways, pinchers raised, snapping at the air. There are 3 of them. They are hungry. They want to crush you. What do you do?
Fanray knows she's got to put on a show. So she reaches across her back and like whips her short bow out and is going to fire a couple of shots trying to impress the audience with her speed.
Sure.
First shot is going to be a 24.
24 hits, piercing the armor of one of these spiny-shelled beasts.
6 points of damage.
All right. Arrow lodges it's got its arm in the air. Arrow lodges clunk right in its shoulder between the plates of its armor.
And her second shot is a natural 20.
Hey.
I do it. I'll do it every time.
Well,
what is the
technically
total?
it's a 23 because it's
23. Okay, 23 is a success, which gets raised to a critical success. So go ahead and double that damage.
Yes, and it's a deadly D10.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, that is 18 points of total damage.
Quick as lightning, 2 arrows go sailing through the air. One again lodging itself between the plates where it's the joint for its claw is. The other right in its open little mandibles. You guys don't know. The arrow just disappears down this thing's gullet, and it spasms a couple of times, and its legs splay out, and it dies. As the crowd goes wild, this just lightning fast, 2 arrows.
And
people
when
are going
Fanray
crazy.
sees it like collapse, she'll actually take her short bow and like spin it around her finger and grab it to like show off a little.
Nice. Why don't you go ahead and make a performance check for me?
Oh.
So good.
Thanks, Jim. 19.
19. The crowd is so pumped by your display and their cheers. Like, you guys are actually starting to all feel it. I'm going to give everybody a +1 morale bonus to attack rolls until the start of Fanray's next turn.
Okay.
Fun.
Kanshaka, you're feeling pumped. You're like, no, we can do this. This is very possible. What do you do?
Which is weird because Conshock does not like crowds and he's visibly a little bit shaken. But with Fenrir's beautiful display of power, Khan's going to like just point at one of the crabs. First thing he's going to go, I can do it, and cast himself guidance on himself. And then he's going to cast Electric Arc.
Okay.
One of the crabs, which will hit both of them if they're next to each other.
Indeed.
So that's a plus.
I believe that's a reflex save for me, correct?
That is a basic reflex. You have to beat a 19.
All right, so crab number 1 comes out strong with a 25.
He's probably probably unaffected.
If it's a basic save, then a critical success would be critical success would be not affected, but just a regular success would be half damage.
Okay. So. Did they both make it?
The second one, with a 26. So both of them are going to take half damage.
They are going to take 3 points of damage each.
All right. This jolt of electricity goes zzz, zapping both of these giant crabs where they stand, and that was a 2-action spell, so you do have 1 action left.
Cast guidance.
I did cast guidance. That was 1 action.
Oh, okay. And you cast guidance on yourself or on somebody else?
I'm going to cast guidance on Harry Plopper.
Oh,
I don't know what's capable from there. And then Khan's going to go like, yay.
Matthew Mercenary.
I am so emboldened by the crowd and just the atmosphere, and I can't even, oh my God, I almost forgot. I can't even contain my excitement, Jim. And you watch as Matt pulls a small signal whistle from beneath his cloak. And he gives out this call. He does this call in the signal whistle, and you see McCree. McCree stands up on his hind legs and starts doing kind of a dance, and you can't hear him letting out a roar because the echoing or the crowd is so loud around him, so it's drowned out. I pull my heavy crossbow out.
Okay.
I focus on one of the crabs, and it becomes my prey. I hunt prey.
Okay.
And I fire a bolt at this crab.
You notice at this point the crabs, this one that you're firing at as you're lining up the shot and pulling the trigger on that crossbow, the crab begins to scuttle very quickly to the side. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, that one I lost to the ether. That's a 2 on the die. So all the 2s go. The toilets here. Here. This is going away. This one's going away.
2s in the toilets. We know the rule. This shot goes wide because as you're firing, this scuttling creature begins to move very quickly and very suddenly towards you, and it actually gets right up next to you. Almost immediately. Like, these things are very, very fast. You might have been emboldened by Fanray's initial showing, but these things are very fast, and as its claws are snapping in the air, very dangerous. But it is still your turn. That was a reaction from the crab.
I think I had too much wine, Jim. I'm just gonna put it out there. But I pulled out the whistle and used the whistle as 1 action.
Gotcha, that's right.
I hunted prey and I fired my crossbow. That's my 3 actions.
All right, so after that, it is the crab's turn. The one that got right up in your face lashes out with a claw, Matthew Mercenary, and tries to get you. So against your AC, that is a natural 20. You're feeling a little woozy on your feet, and normally you would have like dodged an attack like that, but everything starts to happen so quickly around you that you just kind of lose your bearings, and this thing suddenly just
bearings
right around the middle and squeezes, and it hurts. You are gonna take let's see, that's 7 plus 8, 15 points of slashing damage, and it grabs you in the claw.
No!
With its second action, it just squeezes, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh no.
Okay, good. 16 on the die plus 8. That's
All right,
good.
so you're only going to take half damage from this as it squeezes. That's 10 total, so half of that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it constricts the claw around you.
So
And then
25 points of damage right now.
And it uses its third action to do the exact same thing.
No.
So that is another fortitude save from you, my friend.
Does anybody have any bit bosses and becomes to give him a hero point?
21.
That is another success, so you're going to take half damage from this as well. This one, much less force, so 5 totals. Half of that would be 3 more points of damage.
Okay, so we're talking 28 total 28 total.
The first one was 15, then
15,
you took 5 from the constriction.
23.
plus 3,
Michael
so-
Jordan points of damage.
Yeah, Michael Jordan points of damage.
It's
But
fitting. Thank you.
it's bad news. You guys all watch Matt Mercenary. He may have drank himself to death.
You can't
because
hear
this
his
thing
screams.
is coming at him.
You can't hear screams because the crowd's too loud. He's screaming.
Crowd's too loud.
No.
Yeah, they're eating it up, man. Up there, the people are screaming, people are shouting, people are cheering, and the other crab scuttles very quickly towards Sheog. Sheog, this thing gets right up in your face with one action, lashes out with its claw, 26 to hit.
Oh, yep.
Oh boy.
All right, so
Don't
it
get
comes
these
in with the
things near
claw.
Yikes.
That is going to be 11 points of slashing damage. Again, it grabs onto you as it catches you in the claw. And with its third and final action, I need you to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Yikes.
That would be 24.
That is a success. So you're only going to take 3 points of total of damage from the constriction.
Okay.
But you are grabbed in this thing's claw. You guys, the rest of you see your companions. They get grabbed by these crabs. It's bad news for them. Matt Mercenary, he's like bleeding profusely, and you can tell like this is bad news. But it is Harry Plopper's turn.
Jim, how close is Harry Plopper to one of these things?
I would say that you're probably about 10 feet away from where Matt Mercenary is.
Okay,
And
so
yeah.
Harry is feeling very is feeling very happy because all of the sudden he has never really felt like this before, because everybody's kind of always overlooked him or been like, oh, Harry's there doing his own thing. But as soon as Khan like gives him guidance, he's like, Bilious! And he just unleashes a torrent of lightning from the sky onto the one that has gripped onto Matt Mercenary.
Okay.
And I need a reflex save.
Reflex save from the crab. That is a total of 18.
18 will do it, so you'll take half damage,
Okay.
but that's still going to be... so I only rolled 2d12, or do you want me to roll all of it and then you take half of it?
Yeah, you just half of the total.
Okay.
So roll the full damage and I'll take half.
Okay. 22... that is a total of 31 points of damage, so
Ooh.
halving that to 15.
Half
Whoa.
to 15. Well, that is a powerful burst of lightning. Huge splotches of the shell are now blackened and cracked. Steam is rising up from its cooked innards. It is still alive, but you can tell.
Does it smell good?
If it weren't so quick, if it hadn't quite dodged out of the full force, it would be a completely fried crab.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything else for me, Harry Plopper?
No, that's my 2 actions.
That's it. So now, Sheog, you are in this thing's grip. What do you do?
Well, I've got the falchion out, and
All
I
right.
think that Sheog would like to take a big ol' swing at the claw that's got her.
All right.
All right, let's see here now. That would be a 23.
Michael
23 is a
Jordan!
hit.
Was that good?
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right. Here we go. Come on, help me. Ooh, that would be 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Yeah.
You can see that your falchion just like leaves this huge crack in the back of this thing's armor. It does turn aside some of it tries to like your blade sort of skitters at first and doesn't quite dig as deep as you had hoped, but you definitely deal quite a bit of damage to this crab. It was one action to draw a weapon, one action to come down, and you have one action left.
I'd like to try it one more time.
All right.
One more
Slash
time.
away.
Let's see here now. Oh, that would be a 23.
23 is
Michael Jordan!
Michael Jordan again.
Why do
We
I
know
keep
that's a
rolling
hit.
this? That's so funny. Okay. For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Again, some of that gets turned aside by this thing's armor, but it is still a solid hit. You can hear the crunch as you smash through some of its shell.
Yeah.
It's still alive, it's still kicking, but you have certainly landed serious blows upon it. That is the end of the first round, so we move on to Fanray. The roar of the crowd dies down just a little bit, so you guys don't have that morale bonus for this round, but maybe Fanray can change all of that.
Okay. How high are these, or like how high are the walls of this pit?
About 12 feet. So there's about 12 feet before you would hit the crowd.
Would you think an elf such as Fanray could make a check to jump up there real quick?
To jump up there?
Even climb a little.
Yeah, I would say that you would probably almost do like a jump, almost like a wall run to get up there. I would say it costs 2 actions if you want to get to the top, and it does require a successful acrobatics check.
You got it. That's what's happening. That is a 23 acrobatics.
23,
Michael
that does
Jordan!
it. You run for the nearest wall, leap
So
up,
many.
and just start pushing yourself up on the wall until you're standing at the top. People around you, like, you're looking at their eyes, and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. People love it. They are freaking out around you. What do you do?
Now I'm going to take a shot at...
All right, you turn
yeah.
back around, pull an arrow just to your cheek, let fly.
That is a 22.
22 is a hit. Which one are you striking? That is the important question.
The one that has hold of Matt Mercenary.
All right.
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Arrow sinks down into the hole that Harry Plopper's lightning bolt created in its back.
And she'll even turn to the audience and like, yeah! I like rev them up.
Oh yeah, they're loving it.
Because if we're gonna do this stupid thing, might as well do
Hey,
it.
if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it, right? People are loving it. You catch sight of Mr. Struben himself, and he's like, this is what I paid for. I'm getting the show of a lifetime here. Fanray, excellent turn. Khan Shaka, what do you do?
As Khan thinks about doing another spell, Barry kind of like bites at his legs and kind of huffs like, "What are you doing? Be a bear." And then Khan's like, "That's right." So Khan was like, all right, and he morphs into a bear.
He morphs into a bear. You can hear shouts of shock and surprise from the crowd as your body literally morphs and becomes covered in bristly black and brown fur. Claws sprout from your hands. You become a bear, letting loose a cry over even the roar of the crowd can't drown out. It is a fantastic sight to behold. What do you do?
It's crazy because nobody has ever seen a koala bear before. So it's like...
Free action, Khan's just gonna make a giant roar, and Barry's gonna help, just kind of add to the whole thing, and then we're gonna attack the closest crab to them.
All right, you are closer to Sheog, so you just take a step and come down with the claws.
All right. I'm gonna use my jaw because that does more damage. Oh, that probably hit. As a bear, +9, 22.
22 hits.
Yay! So my damage bonus is +2. So 2d8.
Ooh.
16 points of damage.
16 points
sorry.
of damage.
And then Barry automatically hits as well, which is another 6. So 22 points of total damage.
22 points of total damage. You come in with the jaw. You grab the arm of the claw that's holding on to Sheog and just rip it from the socket. As Barry comes in behind this creature and swipes with the claw, cracking through its armor, the crab like scuttles back and forth a few times before just falling over onto its back, dying horribly as the crowd is just losing their minds.
Have you ever seen bears high five? We have now.
And the bears high five, which creates even more chaos in the stands. Matt Mercenary, things aren't looking good for you personally, but your team is doing great. What are you doing?
I am writhing in agony. I'm crying, Jim. I didn't get to see him transform into a bear. I'm in so much pain right now. Am I still able to reach down? I can't reach down and grab my dagger and stab this thing.
Absolutely you can.
I reach down. I'm still holding my crossbow, writhing in agony. I reach down, grab my dagger, lift it up, and in just a final ditch effort, just try to lodge this thing as deep into this crab as I can.
Absolutely.
17.
17. Its armor, its shell is a little too tough for the blade. You are unable to penetrate the shell.
Now, can I attempt again? But it would be a.
This is if it's a second attack, but daggers are agile, so it's a -4 to your attack roll.
Okay. I'm gonna try again.
All right. Hey, yeah,
I got
you're
nothing.
in
I got
dire
nothing better to
straits.
do. I'm in dire straits here.
Yeah.
Was that 2 actions now? Drawing, stabbing.
Drawing, stabbing. So this would be your third action.
Oh, do I stab or no? I'm gonna stab. I'm gonna stab
All right.
again. 15. 16.
Yeah, you can't. You're in so much pain, and you're drunk, and you just cannot. You cannot. You're just.
It doesn't
like,
hurt as bad as it
beating
would.
this thing with your knife, and it's not working.
That's all I
It
got.
is now the crab's turn. Rather than just hold on to you, it actually releases its grip because it actually wants to take another slash at you with the claws.
Oh,
so
good.
it releases its grip real quick to come in and try to
Good.
just get you again.
This is good. This is all good.
A 16 to hit.
Now what do I? So it let go. So my
It let
AC
go,
is
so you're
back
not.
to-
Yeah, you're not grabbed.
So no.
All right,
Oh.
so it comes in again, but you this time, you even despite the wine haze, you're fighting.
I'm
for your
sober
life.
now. I'm sober now.
So you duck out of the way as the claw snaps right overhead. People up in the stands are like, "Oh," there's this excitement, but I mean, they don't want. You don't get the sense that it's like they want to see you die, but there's definitely this sense of intense anticipation and thrill as you are dancing at the very edge. And the crab, frustrated, will come in for a second snap at you. That is going to be 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this time comes in, catches you with the claw. That is going to be 6 points of slashing damage. It once again it grips you. It doesn't have as tight of a grip on you as it did before, but it does squeeze as its final action, and I need a fortitude save from you.
Come on, man.
19.
19 is a success. You're only gonna, it's 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It crushes you.
Not looking great.
and it's
Not looking
great.
great here.
Oh.
It is the other one's dead, so it is Harry Plopper's turn.
Harry Plopper with a Flourish says, "Thank God we am so Levia!" And he points at one of the dead crab's claws. And you see it just like start to shoot towards the other crab that is still living. That is going to be an 18.
Bear, you were so close.
No!
It digs, the shell strikes, the claws strike shell. The creature like gets sort of pummeled to the side, but you're unable to cause any damage as it just dings off the shell.
It squeezes Matthew Mercenary harder.
Oh, Harry Plopper, you were so close. Shayog, it's all up to you.
Shayog would like to stab this little crab in the face.
All right, so you move over to the crab and take a swing.
Take a big old swing. Here we go. Ooh! 26.
26 hits.
Here we go, friends. Let's see here now. That would be 10 points.
10 points of damage. This crab is so already like it's like sort of swaying. You can see like it's barely hanging on, and then Shayog comes up, just sweeps its legs out from underneath it. It flips over onto its back, and she just comes down, crash through its softer underbelly, splitting it almost into killing the final crab.
Yeah!
The crowd is on their feet, cheering, screaming. You hear Fanray while you're up on the wall. And it's like, what's your name? What do we call you?
No, not now. Call us the heroes of Cavaloshia.
The heroes of there's this heroes of Cavaloshia, and everybody's screaming and chanting. Some of the sort of staff come out, and as you're waving to the crowd, they start leading you back into the area. As they're going, they explain, all right, you've got maybe 15 minutes till you'll come back out for your second round. That was fantastic. This was better than we could have ever hoped for. You guys are going to be the talk of the city for weeks.
They're like pulling Harry, who is over one of the crabs, just like eating it.
He's just
Gross.
Shayog runs over to the crab and gets the claw that Harry Plopper threw and puts it on her arm, and then making it open and close and screaming into the crowd.
We're gonna need more wine, kid. More wine, kid.
You guys are led back into sort of your staging area. So yeah, you have 15 minutes before you're ready for round 2. That was fantastic. We can't wait to see what else you guys could do. This was better than we could have ever hoped for. And then they leave you alone. What do you guys do?
Fanray, I thought they said we weren't going to die. That felt like death.
Yeah. Here, take this, and Fanray will give Matt a healing potion.
Oh, thank you.
Can I have a sip of something?
As Shayog says, can I have a sip of something? One of the 3 bears in the room calmly walks into the middle and transforms back to your lovable, adorable Khan. As he's holding up his hand, and he casts Heal at a 2nd level, which is what that actually does.
Would have been better if the koala bear did it in koala bear form. Just think about that.
Spell range 30, healing. You guys get 8.
Ooh.
8. Oh, thank you.
I'll take it. That's a start.
And
wait, I still roll a 1d8, so hold on, you might be more. That's a 1d4. 1d8. That is 8, another 6. So a total of, so you got 8 plus another 6.
Oh, thank you.
And Harry's got like some goopy meat that's on his hands, and
Jim, am I able to use?
Yes, Harry.
Oh, yes. Well, my name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the
Hi, Harry.
Normally me eating all of these recently dead things helps me. So, Matt Mercenary, would you like some of this dead meat?
I'm okay right now. I'm pretty full on crackers and cheese, thank you.
Oh.
I mean, does it look cooked?
Shayog, would you like some of it's crab
Not
meat?
really.
I mean, I would, but there's no butter, so you go ahead and eat it all, okay?
Is it like just a regular crab?
Make a nature check.
My nature's so good though. I rolled a 2. 13?
You know, it's hard to tell. I mean, at a cursory glance, the creatures themselves just looked like massive red crabs. Like you don't think there might be any difference between a big crab and just a regular little crab. But you don't really know.
Barry sniffs it and nibbles a little bit because we're not good with the cheeses. It's not appropriate in small spaces.
Jim, would I be able to? So I go over, I sit down, I give McCree kind of a hug.
Yeah.
Would I be able to treat my wounds with natural medicine here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you've got a healer's kit, you can certainly start giving yourself some stitches and putting some balm on your crushed ribs. And
so, how does this? What exactly do I? How much do I get back? I rolled. I got a 20.
A 20 is a success. So with a success, you get 2d8 points.
2d8.
Yeah, 2d8 hit points.
2d8 hit points.
GM, is 15 minutes long enough to switch some spells out? No? Okay.
It would be enough time to, like, if you used a focus spell to refocus, it'd be enough time for, like, Matt Mercenary to tend to his wounds, but it would not be, like, resting to get back anything that you've already expended.
Yeah, because that would be, like, 10 minutes for me to apply medicine to myself?
Yeah, so basically you spend the bulk of your break time, like, stitching yourself up and slapping some Band-Aids on. I'm
great, though. I look really good, and I had another glass of wine. I'm feeling... Whew, I feel better again. And Henry, I don't know. I didn't drink your potion. I thank you for this. Did you want to hold on to this again, or should I hold on to it, or how do you?
Why don't you hold on to it, since I'm sure you'll be right up in there.
Thank you.
Speaking of break time, Khan does bring up that BRN985 is the new bit boss. And gave a BBB to Fanray, I believe. Is that what happens?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I think Fanray deserves a hero point.
Hero point, my bad. And Kevin Alexander has resubbed for 30 months.
Wow.
Very nice. Why don't we actually turn to our spectator audience and see how they enjoyed the first match of the pit fight beneath the winery. Let's talk to Jeff for a second.
This one's from a while ago. Is that okay?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not the boss.
Well, I mean, Gary K532 said, how many bears can the Care Bear Bear care for if the Care Bear Bear could care for bears?
Nice.
Well, I like it. Big fan. Big fan.
Nice.
Oh boy, that was great.
Delirious Zippity and earlier said, Harry is simultaneously my least favorite and most favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So funny.
Delirious 2019 says Matt's natural medicine is putting wristbands around the wound.
Just put a wristband on. It's going to be, I'm sitting there putting wristbands on. Just a bracelet or two, and I'll be fine. Lucas Martinez also says, Matt Mercenary opens up a can of chicken soup and rubs it onto his wounds. Matt Mercenary is not a smart man.
He does fine.
Imp in my head has ruined Wild Shape for me forever. As they say, Khan Shaka Animorphs. And now I'll never get that image out of my head.
Do you do the weird in-between stages too?
Oh, of course. There's
Yes.
the hair and the face. Of course. You just don't get a Pokemon evolution in Pathfinder.
It's Lucas Martinez said, put it in a doggy bag, I'm assuming referring to the crab. But I like to also think that it was said in the tone, since this is, after all, an arena fight, I assume that it was, put it in a doggy bag.
Imp in my head earlier said, Fanray's dad is going to be in the seats like the world's worst soccer parent, drinking his wine, going, "You're doing great, sweetie."
He's got a t-shirt on that says #1 warrior on it.
I'm so mad about that. It's a good thing, though. Kuragari donated $10, a mercy for mercenary.
Hey,
nice.
he might
Kuragari,
need it
thank
before the
you.
end of the night. All right, let's get back into it. It's about this time. The arena staff come hurriedly back in, like, okay, we're almost ready. Just listen for the announcement, and you go back out there, and just like you did before, everybody loves you guys. And before too long, you hear, are you ready for round 2? Because here come the heroes of Cavaloshia! And the crowd is cheering and screaming as you make your way back out into the arena to the adulation of your adoring fans. Mr. Struben stands up once again to address his audience. He says, well done, mighty heroes. You have slain the shelled beast, but the war is not yet won. From the very pits of hell, a mighty devil has arisen. It must be banished back to whence it came. And at this point, the gates open once more. This time, a sulphurous yellow fog comes billowing out as a red-skinned, cloven-hoofed devil carrying a wicked black-bladed glaive steps into the arena. It is flanked by 2 small, wretched-looking creatures that seem more like 6-legged weasels with snapping Venus flytraps growing from their spines.
Gross!
This devil lifts its glaive skyward and snorts this gout of flame from his nostrils as the crowd is like, oh, they're losing their minds as all of this occurs. And it is time to roll initiative again.
Gosh.
Jim, will
Wow.
you give Khan the ability to turn into a bear as soon as he saw the devil?
Jim,
No.
it's
Damn.
like my energy was deflated because I was re-energized. I had some wine. I patched myself up. I run out there, throw my hands up to the cheers, super happy, hear the announcement, then I see that thing come out and just completely
Yeah.
It is a vicious, fearsome
Deflated.
sight. These are no crabs that you are facing this time.
No.
What
These
did you
things-
get, Matt Mercenary?
another 16.
16, all right.
Yeah.
Remember when I used one of my best spells against a crab?
Crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost just an undead boy,
Yep.
right?
Pretty close. I have a crossbow.
Oh, you have a crossbow. That's so
But he's
cute.
super good with it. Khan Shaka, what are you looking at?
24.
24.
My perception's high. My
Yeah.
intelligence is low.
Sheog?
14.
Oh, Sheog.
I know. She's popping it.
Maybe a little thrown off by the sight of this fearsome creature in front of you. Fanray,
Yeah.
25.
25.
So
Fanray
fast.
was ready for anything. She's pumped up. She put on such a good performance earlier that she's like, I've got this. She's feeling a little cocky, maybe.
I'm also trying to draw all the attention away from my other heroes.
Harry Plopper.
A wizardly 14.
Oh,
Again?
14.
Yes.
I'm just gonna put you after Sheog because
That's
you
fair.
are literally slowed forever. So
That's
you
fair.
would definitely move slower than Sheog. So this creature goes first.
Oh no.
This devil turns to its left, where it sees one of these weasel flytrap creatures. Just this hideous, its flesh is like, almost has like an oozy texture to it. Just this gross, horrible little thing. And he stabs it with the glaive, piercing it neatly through the middle. This wretched little creature like squirms on the end of his blade as it picks it up and just flicks it onto the ground, and it dies only like immediately. And you see the devil at this point, it's like completely ignoring you. It looks and turns its gaze up to where Struben is standing, and its teeth flash white in a wide, dangerous smile. And Struben's sort of confused at all this, like he doesn't quite know what's happening, and all of a sudden the devil snaps its fingers, opening a rift in the air right next to it. It steps through the rift and appears next to Ruben up above you.
Oh, that's
he
terrible.
like immediately falls back as it like kicks him to the ground, and cheers all around you start to turn into screams as people see this incarnation of evil appear in their very midst. Fanray, it is your turn. What do you do?
That's a great question, Jim. I think first, Fanray takes a moment. A, B, like honestly, for her, Struben's not important. If he dies, it's not that big of a deal. But all of these people, bad. So she's gonna cast dancing lights and move them to like exits.
Okay.
So, shine some light. Everybody get out. And I guess take a couple shots up at this devil. What?
Sure.
Okay. The first one is a natural one.
Yeah, so you cast, like, you're just so shocked. Like, this has gone so wrong in ways you couldn't have imagined, and your arrow just flies wide. Luckily, your adoring fans don't really see it because they are in full-blown panic above you. I assume Dancing Light is a 2-action spell? Yes. So 2 actions, and then you fired. So, Kanshaka, you're up next.
What are we talking distance-wise? How far is away is he from us?
He's about 40 total feet away from where you're standing.
Okay.
But remember, some of that's up above you, too.
That doesn't do damage? That's silly. That's silly. No, that's what Shaka would do. Alright, Khan's going to move up about 20 feet. And then he's going to, like, stomp his foot deep into the ground. And, like, a spurt of water plops up and then turns into a torrential wave as I cast a Sea Surge at this devil.
Nice.
Nice. All right,
He's going to make the save, but, what is it? Water falls flat, 60 feet direction. One bulk. What is the save? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. What is the spell name?
Sea Surge?
Sea Surge. Let's look that up real quick.
A wave moves under one large creature. Fort save.
Fortitude save. All right, I can do that.
That's why I have a phone, guys, because my spells are on here. I'm not reading
That
it.
is a 32.
Oh my goodness.
No. Believe it or not, it just gets a little wet. Yeah, this spell pushes forward. The wave, it actually almost like it's about to reach this devil when it looks down at you and like sort of waves his hands, and the wave just sort of like fizzles and falls flat, barely touching him. Free action, Khan kind of turns to look at the rest of the group and go, I do not know what to do. Are you going to count my movement as an action, Jim?
Movement typically counts as an action, so...
I am done.
All right. Matthew Mercenary.
Matthew Mercer, Nary, looks down at his trusty pal McCree. McCree, I thought no one was going to get hurt. I raise my crossbow to the demon. now becomes my prey.
Okay.
Hunted prey, and I take a shot. I fire a bolt
All right.
at this unholy creature. Okay, please be enough. Please be enough. 22.
22, you score a hit.
Yes. Oh wait. Sorry. 22 plus 2 more is Michael Jordan. I forgot about my hunter's aim.
22 plus 2 is Michael Jordan.
24.
Oh, never mind.
That's a Matt Bakerfield.
I think we have to
Bakerfield.
take away.
You got to take my wine away. Take the wine away. On the other break, don't let me drink another drop. Let me roll. Okay, so on the first hit though, I do get precision damage. I can't even talk right now. I've had too much wine. So that's an extra D8 of damage on top of my roll. So
Nice.
let me roll. Let me roll. 16 points of damage, Jim.
16 points of damage.
16
You can tell that some sort of like shimmering aura around it almost deflects the bolt, and not all of it doesn't lodge quite as deep as you would hope, but it lodges in this thing's shoulder. This devil creature like looks at you almost in shock, but it's still that shock drifts away almost immediately, and you can see that it's replaced by its smile once again. It's injured, but it does not look hurt.
I grab a bolt and begin reloading, and I think that's my turn.
Yep, you reload. That takes us to Sheog next.
Sheog runs up next to Kanshaka, removes the javelin from her, and screams up to the devil, "Hey, okay?" And she hurls a javelin.
All right, chuck that javelin.
Ooh, that was a natural 20, so that was a 28.
Critical hit.
Oh, I didn't even check. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh, critical. Pick up right stuff here. Here we go. 3, 6, 14,
18. Jeez, that is quite a strike. Javelin sinks into its side. It actually, this time, cries out in pain, rips the javelin out, throws it down on the ground, as now it's glaring daggers down into the pit. Its confidence perhaps just a little bit shaken. You had to draw a javelin, move,
and move
and throw it. So it was strong, but it is the end of your turn. And you move on to Harry Plopper.
Harry, you just see him.
No one's gonna call on you.
What? Oh, yeah. Hello, my name is Harry Plopper. I'm the boy who died. Are we in dire circumstance?
Yes.
All right.
And you see the cloud scar that's on his head just starts to light up and just kind of circles all the way around. He's like, Boat Bilious! And I need a reflex save, Jim Jam.
Reflex save. 28.
28 is a pass. I don't think there.
It's total of 29. Sorry, it gets a +1 against spells. So
it is a basic
total.
reflex. But halved damage still nonetheless.
What's your save DC?
It's a basic reflex, so I don't know.
Yeah, but what is your save DC?
It's a 17.
All right, because a critical success is no damage on a basic save.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So 27 and above is no damage.
That is a pure waste of a spell. But, just to let you know, man, it would have done 26 points of damage.
It would have been rough. It would have been bad news.
I mean, it would have been so good. And that is, he can definitely do that more today.
It is the top of the next round. The devil looks down at you. It's actually bleeding now, and it seems sort of enraged and angry at all of this. It looks up towards one of the exits and just goes. It just leaves the arena, running through the crowd, like shoving people out of its way, and leaves the arena. It is now loose somewhere in the winery. And the one thing that you forgot is that there were 2 of these horrible little weasel creatures. No! One of them comes rushing in at Harry Plopper. No! And we will take a short mid-show break to see what happens when it reaches him. We will be back in just a few minutes. But for now, it's time for a break. So we'll see you.
I've got a cloak on. You can't see me.
Gather your crew and prepare to embark on the journey of a lifetime as you explore the packed worlds of the Starfinder universe, taking on the role of a science fantasy hero customized to fit your playstyle. But danger lurks amongst the stars. Will you fight back with advanced weaponry and cunning tactics, or will your hero wield the devastating forces that fuse magic and technology together to alter reality? Your crew must come together if you have any hope of victory. In Starfinder, every decision drives the adventure as you build an epic saga with your friends. Bring your story to life in a game where the fate of the worlds rests on the answer to the most important question of all. What do you do? Begin your journey into the Starfinder universe today with the Starfinder Beginner Box, now available at Paizo.com, your local gaming store, and anywhere else adventure can be found. Add the Sirenscape Online player to your virtual tabletop sessions for immersive sounds and epic music broadcast to your players in real time with seamless quality. The online player bridges any distance to bring your gaming group together. Get the Sirenscape Online player today at Sirenscape.com.
everybody, welcome back. There's a fly assaulting Jamie right now. That's very sad news. Welcome back to the second half of our exciting Heroic Endeavors episode. It's been a wild one so far. I predict that the second half is going to be just as wild. Cannot wait to see how it all shakes out. But before we jump back into the action, why don't we take just a few minutes and talk to chat? How you guys doing, chat? How's everybody?
What it is, everybody?
You know, good.
Kevin Alexander says the demon just wants his own wine and cheese. That's all.
He just wants some wine and cheese. Is that too much to ask?
Nightbot says, have a Amazon Prime account, link it to your Twitch account so that you can get it free sub.
Thank you for that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Delirious 2019 says, Barry will have to do a fiddle duel with the devil.
I would love that.
That would be a pretty good episode.
Take a Franken bard.
Elric
man.
Osis 81 said during the break, Kids on Bikes was so good. I do want to remind everybody that just this week we launched the first episode of Kids on Bikes. That is going to be every Wednesday through the end of the season. So we've got a lot of content out right now. Kids on Bikes, Department of Mysteries, Heroic Endeavors, Crits and Giggles, Things in Space. It's a lot. We got stuff happening.
That is true.
Quite a bit.
Very true.
Let's see.
The fly that was attacking Jamie is one of the flies that follows Harry Plopper around, according to Lucas. One of the flies attacking Fenry. Yeah.
I don't
Oh, God.
doubt
That makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We had some
Let's,
people that were interested in the actual amount of damage that happened to this devil on the crit. People were saying that Candace said 14 doubled, so 28. But you know, I heard Jim say 18. So what's the deal? What's the damage that actually was dealt, Candace? I need
That's
to
actually
know.
a good question.
It was 28.
28.
28 points of damage. Heroes
The
are
devil's
dangerous.
dead.
Y'all's very dangerous. It's definitely not dead, but you all are very dangerous people.
It's
Ruined-
bleeding out, drinking wine.
Ruined
It's drinking
Jim's
wine and eating
session.
cheese and bleeding out.
Right?
That's my favorite Friday night. Yay!
Let's
Just the wine
get
and
back
cheese part.
into it because we're coming up to one of my very favorite things to do, which is attack Harry Plopper viciously and without mercy. So, as I had mentioned, this devil was accompanied by these weird, nasty, monstrous little weasel creatures that have these big, almost like Venus flytrap jaws that grow out of their back like a weird prehensile mouth, and it runs right up to the worst little boy wizard. And this mouth like reaches up and tries to bite Harry Plopper.
You use your sync on yourself.
I do
Jim,
not.
wow.
I definitely don't. To hit, that is a 23.
Michael Jordan!
Michael
Wow.
Jordan.
So many.
Well, damage, Jim Jam.
I will roll damage.
Bite,
Let me find.
bite.
I need a couple of dice to roll damage, so it's a little more. I had to make sure I had the right ones.
There's a little weasel
is it
thing?
slashing damage or piercing?
This is
or-
piercing.
Okay,
from the
thank
bite.
goodness.
So that's 3 points of piercing damage,
Oh, that's good.
which I know isn't gonna bite through your flesh. But do you have any resistance against chaos damage?
Excuse you?
Because that's 2 points. That's 2 points of chaotic damage, and and
What's this sentence you said out loud?
just 2 points
Well,
of chaos
I
damage.
gotta tell you that I am immune to chaos damage.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that-
You also note
Mhm.
that as the teeth leave your flesh, little bits of like spore are stuck in the wound that begin to sprout almost immediately. They grow into these twitching spikes and hair-like fibers that begin to erupt from the wound and wrap around your limbs. I do need you to make a fortitude save.
Bye, Harry.
Disease, poison.
No, you do not have an immunity to this particular ability.
Okay.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's a wizardly 14.
A 14, yeah, these things are starting to gum up the works. You are currently clumsy 1.
Oh, that is pretty
And
much.
the spores are continuing to grow, so you can imagine it will probably get worse very, very soon. However, that was the extent of this horrible little creature's actions, and it is now Fanray's turn.
How fun.
Okay. What on earth is the angry weasel?
That would be a religion check to try to find out.
Ooh.
I have that.
If I'm not trained, I can't do it, right?
I think you can still try. I don't think it's a trained only thing.
Okay.
You just don't get the cool bonus.
Yeah. Huh, 19.
Oh, yeah. Somehow, some way, you've actually heard of these horrible little outsiders. They are evil, tiny little fiends known as, in a group called the Klepoth, or I don't even know how to say it. It's a really weird,
Oh,
like
no.
Klepoth or something. This particular species is called the Sithnigot. And they are nasty, horrible little fiendish creatures. They possess some magical abilities. Do you want to know about weaknesses, resistances, or abilities that it has? You get one piece of information from one of those categories.
Abilities.
Okay. I will tell you that you know they can cast a few spells, including Daze, Paranoia, and Phantom Pain, among some others that you can't quite recall.
Oh dear.
Okay. Well, and the devil is like gone. I can't.
Yeah, he you don't see him. Like he's rushed out of the arena, and he's like disappeared probably up the stairs now into the basement of the winery.
Well, it wouldn't look good if a hero died on our watch again. So, I gotta save Harry. I'm gonna run over and try to stab.
All right, you rush over, knives drawn, stabbing away. You did have your bow out at first, so how are you?
I'll drop the bow.
Okay, dropping the bow. So you move, you draw your rapier, I assume, or whichever, yeah. You get right up next to this thing and you can take one stab then.
Stab. That is a 17.
17 is gonna do it. You stab down, spearing this horrible little thing. It's like covered in this weird slime. It's gross.
I don't like it. That is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You skewer it pretty good. It's still twitching and biting, and its weird little plant jaw is snapping up at your hand. But it is a solid hit.
Now that you've stabbed it, you gain the ability to teleport wherever you want to. That's what the devil did. So
Definitely not. Definitely a misinterpretation of what happened. Khan Shaka, you are next.
All right, Jim. I need to understand something.
Yep.
Is the portal still there?
No, it disappeared almost the instant that you could make an Arcana check to sort of determine the exact nature of the effect, but it did disappear immediately. And before you decide on what you want to do, I do want to let you know, you do have a hero point thanks to Sarah BC1. So
Thank you, Sarah. Heart shapes and stuff. Okay. Would it be sensible to say that Khan probably can't catch up to this thing?
Not necessarily. It's definitely got this, its weird teleportation ability certainly gave it a lead, but it's not impossible that you could go after it. The only thing that might sway your decision is the fact that obviously there is also a horrible little creature trying to kill Harry Plopper, but I mean, leave him behind. Who cares?
He's died before.
You've already lit me on fire once before.
Yeah, but
so,
Khan is not
like,
evil.
what?
All right, Khan's going to turn into a bear.
All right. Hey, you know what? At least you get to do that, right?
Yes.
You still get to spend some time as a bear.
And then Con and Barry are going to go up to this little creature. And we're going to try to kill it.
All right. Take a swing.
Oh, I probably hit it. 26.
26. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Actually, a critical hit.
Nice.
Yay!
All right, I'm so sorry. What does critical mean again?
Roll damage dice twice, and then whatever you would have added to damage, you double. And that's your total for
So
the critical.
4 plus, that's 10. That is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. Plus 7 is 29. And then Barry gets a D8, which is another 8. So
Math.
37 points of damage.
Yeah, so was that the jaw attack?
Yeah.
So you come down, like you bite this thing, and it explodes as your jaws clamp down.
Ew.
And your mouth is now full of this weird, rancid slime that like dribbles down your face. It's awful. You're like trying to spit it out everywhere. I mean, this thing is definitely dead. But that was a horrible experience.
I'm going to dismiss it just so I don't have any of that on me anymore.
All right. So you kill this thing, potentially freeing Matt Mercenary to do what he needs to do. What do you got? People are still panicking, screaming, running around. This devil has disappeared out of the arena. You can't see it, but you saw at least the direction it left from. So what do you do?
I can't believe I just saw Kanshaka turn to a bear. The last time that I was with him, he didn't go full bear. I am shocked by it. Shock and awe at the bear transformation. I haven't seen this. But I scan the field. I see that everything's okay, right? I see because the devil killed the one already.
Oh, yeah. The other creature was the first thing to die. Yeah.
Yeah. So that thing's dead. This thing's dead. Jim, I look around. Can I look around and see a way that I could get up to where the demon went?
Sure.
And
You know that there's actually, like, you were led down there. Like, there's some passages. If you go back out
If we go back
to the arena, you could. That's the long way. Or the short way is similar to what Fanray did earlier, which is try to alley-oop yourself up into the stands. But that requires a check.
Yes. And that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
You got to do it.
Hey, got to do it.
Would it be possible? McCree's not trained for.
McCree,
Or is he?
Yeah, it would be pretty weird. Well,
Is he
McCree
trained
can
for this
climb,
situation for me to vault off of him?
I
You
mean,
have like a-
Start with
you
me.
you
know
make a
how
nature
long-
check to get McCree into position.
Yes,
and
we-
I'll
this-
let
so-
you use him as a boost.
So I give him
So
like I give him.
angry.
I pull out the whistle and give him like a. I give him like a weird signal. He looks at me. He starts taking off running.
Yeah.
And here's my nature check on the. Okay. I'm looking at the back of my board here for numbers, and they're not there.
I'm calling shenanigans because you know how long I said, oh no, Quigley and Crag could have teamed up and trained to like vault Crag in the air. He was like, no, we wouldn't have done that. But as soon as he gets a bear, it's like, oh, definitely I've trained my bear to vault me off to places.
22 for a nature check. McCree does McCree.
Yeah,
good?
McCree is amenable
Yes.
to this situation.
Okay.
McCree knows what's up.
Okay. And now it's going to be, I believe, is it athletics or acrobatics?
It's going to be acrobatics. Acrobatics to get up there, but give yourself a +4 bonus because
Woo!
using McCree as a stepping stool, basically.
Okay. So you see Matt Mercenary start taking off. It's almost like slow motion. You see him a full-on sprint, and he takes a giant leap step up onto the back of McCree. And this is dirt. It's you gave me the +4 bonus. So that's even better. That's a Matt Bakerfield or make Matt Baker fold. I don't know what. It's a 24.
24 does it.
Yes!
You jump up onto McCree's shoulders and then leap again to grab hold of the lip of the arena wall.
Amazing.
And pull yourself up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In your face, Danuzo. So I'm up there.
Denise.
Yeah, Danuzo, in your face. And I yelled down, guys, we got to go after this devil. And I yelled down to everybody. And I would hope that McCree would try to follow me somehow. I don't know what he's doing.
He probably would have to, like, he could climb the wall probably. Bears are great climbers. It would just take him, it wouldn't be as graceful, and it would probably take a little bit longer.
Now that was two turns, two actions.
Yeah.
One more. Do I have to have him try to move up once, I guess?
I would actually say that the run and jump is 2 actions for you.
Run and jump is 2 actions.
Typically, a run and jump is a 2 action thing. So you're actually done at the top of the wall.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I called down. That's my turn. That was fun. Thank you, Jim.
Sheog wants to pole vault herself up on a wall too. She wants to alley-oop.
Do it.
Are you gonna try to jump on the bear?
Would he let me?
I mean,
he's in position.
That's up to you.
Do it. Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pole vault up there using the bear.
All right. The first thing you'll need to do is make a nature check.
Nature check.
You're saying pole vault, and now all I'm thinking is like you're holding a bear, like you're gonna plant it into the.
No.
I got a 16.
16. You come running up at McCree, who like at this point was standing so that Matt Mercenary could like leap on his shoulders and leap up. It sees you coming. It just immediately comes down on all fours and walks out of your way as you rush the wall.
Oh no!
Great.
You could still make your acrobatics check to try to get to the top of the wall, though. You just won't get that bonus from McCree. He's not having it.
I turn and I say, "Oh yeah, thank you, bear, for nothing." Oh, let's see. Oh, that would be a 15.
15. So you thought there was gonna be a bear there. So you kind of do this weird half-hearted leap, and you kind of like slam into the wall and bounce off. And it's kind of embarrassing, but unfortunately, you cannot make it to the top of the wall. Which still does count as a 2-action thing, though. So we move to Harry Plopper, who needs to make another fortitude save.
Of course. A wizardly 19.
A 19. This, like, probably because of your unnatural physiology, this sort of infection of spores quickly dissipates, and you are free of its grip.
So Harry just starts to think about how he's gonna run and chase after this devil, and he knows that he can't jump up like all these other heroes are doing, you know, and so he like gets into this sprinter's stance, and he's like, I'm about ready to take off the long way, and I'll catch up to him, and he starts running, and he just goes, and he shambles his 2 move actions to get to
shambles away. At this point, we can actually come out of rounds now that Harry Plopper has beaten back this weird infection. Matt Mercenary, you're up on the wall. You know that this devil has like he's probably still somewhere in the building, but I mean it's chaos around you. What are you guys doing?
I would start pushing my way toward. I need to find this devil, because this isn't going to happen on our watch, and especially if our licenses are at stake.
That's true. This could lose. This is just a touch worse than the party you held when Mom and Dad were away, going a little haywire.
This is bad. I want to be remembered as a hero, not like remembered as Crag and those people like back in the past. Like I don't want to.
Nah,
right?
Bad reputation with those guys. So you go pushing your way through the crowd. You make your way up. You actually get to sort of the wine cellar proper. The door that leads down into that secret sub-basement is open. You don't see any sign of this devil, but you see there are some people like panicked up in here. Some of the like there's somebody who's tending to one of there's a wounded staff member with this huge slash across his chest who's like bleeding, and people are trying to get him back on his feet and shouting for help. There's chaos. You don't see any sign that this devil creature is here in this room, though. It must have passed through, almost certainly. Back down in the arena, what are you guys doing? You see Matt Mercenary go taking off after this creature.
Go ahead.
Khan is going to do 2 things. One, he's going to instruct Barry to get under Plopper and follow me.
Okay.
That's the only way Plopper's going to get to the action today. I'll go ahead. I rolled a nat 20, so he'll do it.
All right. Okay. Oopsie's going to be mad that Plopper got to drive the bear.
Yeah.
It's more of like an auto-scroller. And then Khan is actually going to use a spell slot to cast Wild Shape again.
Okay.
But this time he's going to turn into a deer, because a deer has 50 movement speed versus all the other 30 and 20. And Barry follow, and he's going to try to Disney leap over the wall. Like,
okay.
Glorious, like, glorious little leap.
You try to do a graceful leap as a deer. Why don't you go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, just because that'll be fun.
I think it's still +9.
And Jim, as this is going on, I want to tell you that Irvindale is rating us right now. So
that is a 27, Jim.
Oh yeah, it's a graceful, beautiful. You do a little prance and then fly up into the stands. It's very graceful. Barry's not as graceful, but he's able to climb up the wall with Harry Plopper on his back, and he's then standing.
Go faster than Plopper trying.
It's actually Evandale, Jim. I just can't read without. I can't read.
Just can't read. You're just illiterate. That's the network secret. Ben has been illiterate the whole time. Sheog and Fanray, what are you guys doing? You can see that everybody seems like they're taken off after this creature. What are you guys doing? Same thing?
Fanray is gonna turn to Sheog. Just watch what I do, and she'll wall run up again, trying to get out, hopefully leading a good path for Sheog behind her.
Sure. So both of you sort of leap your way up the walls as well. You rush into the wine cellar. Just a few moments later, you see Matt Mercenary is like making his way to the stairs that lead up onto like the winery main floor. You can see that like obviously there's some people who are injured here. People are still panicked, but maybe Mercenary saw something or he knows where to go. So you go rushing up after him. Again, you all get to the main winery floor, and there's chaos everywhere. But somebody like recognizes that like one of the people who was watching the bouts is like, that creature, it went out the back. You have to stop it.
Out the back we go.
All right, you go.
Jim, before we rush out though, would I be able to, because I wanted to do this before, but we kind of went past it.
Okay,
I wanted to apply battle medicine on the person that's injured. Can I do like a flyby battle medicine healing on that person who has the gash on them?
It would take you some time. So if you want to go back, you can.
Never mind.
We could say.
I thought battle medicine was like in the.
It is quick. I guess it just depends on, because again, we're not really in combat rounds right now. So
it feels like combat.
Yeah. It does. It's
This is combat like. I feel like we're going. Never mind. You know what? It was a nice thought in the back of my head.
You know,
but we're already out the back door.
Way. You saw somebody who was injured, but they weren't like. It's not like their guts were hanging out of their open stomach. They'll survive with the attention they're already getting. So
got it.
So you're
good.
Be
able to tell
also,
a cool story about.
Also,
they'll have quite a scar.
See a gazelle, a deer, yeeting past you at a high rate of speed, moving 150 feet every round.
Yeah, this deer just goes leaping, and a few seconds later, you see Harry Plopper on the back of a bear, just like.
As we're running, Do we know anything about what this devil was? Who he is?
That would be another religion check.
Ooh, can I make one?
Yes.
Unhave religion?
No good for Fanray.
4.
Try.
Very good, Harry Plopper.
Better than Harry. I had a 6.
I have an 8.
Oh, I got a 14.
No, you're supposed to say 10. Oh.
10.
Well, either way, none of those are good enough to give you any insight into what just happened.
Boy.
However, you go racing out the back. You can see again chaos in the back hallways. This is sort of in those hallways that you took when you first came in. That you actually passed by Struben's office. You can see the door is almost like hanging on its hinges for Struben's office. The room has been ransacked. There's one of his like toughs is lying in a pool of his own blood, clearly dead in that room. But then you see at the end of the hallway this creature that you're chasing like turns back towards you and smiles and then just slams the door shut in an alleyway in the back of the building. So you go tearing off after it. When you get into this alleyway that's behind the winery, you can smell, as soon as you get into the alleyway, you smell this sort of whiff of sulfurous smoke. And you are looking around. You don't see the devil anywhere until Harry Plopper probably looks up, and you see it's on the roof of a nearby building. It is looking down at all of you, and you can see in its hands, it has some maybe fist-sized metal device that looks kind of like a screaming bat head. And it's got it in its hands, and it like puts it around this belt that it's wearing. It waves its hands in sort of an arcane motion, and another one of these black voids appears near its head, much smaller than the first one that it used to step through. And you hear this droning buzz as two creatures that look like they're half horsefly, half baby mutant monstrosity. The devil points down at you as you're spilling out into the alleyway, and it says, "Kill!" before it snaps its fingers and disappears in another cloud of yellow sulfurous smoke.
Though.
These two fly babies zip down towards you, and we need to roll initiative once more.
Fly babies?
Fly babies.
Fly babies.
Miss Fanray, your dad's a butt.
Jim, has McCree caught up to us?
Yes, everybody is on scene at this point.
Okay.
That's a 21, Jim.
Oh, very nice.
A wizardly 19.
Wow, that's a big number for Harry Plopper.
So I have the best number I've rolled tonight, 28.
Whoa, Matt Mercenary.
I'm on it.
25 for Shayog.
Nice.
Oh, already this round.
Fanray.
Henry's too distracted by the possibility of that being the key 9.
9 for Fanray. That's a reversal. Harry Plopper getting the jump on her. Never would have thought it could happen.
He's riding a bear.
That's true. I mean, he is riding a bear. First up is Matt Mercenary. There are these two. You've had bad experiences with flies, and these are even more hideous because they're like half horrible little demon baby, and they are coming at you. What do you do?
Well, I shoot him with my Jim.
Duh.
I see these flies coming at me. These flies, these two. What did you call them? I forget what you called them.
Fly babies.
Fly babies.
Yeah. 2 fly babies coming straight at my face. I look it down at McCree. I don't like these fly babies, McCree. And I hunt prey, Jim.
All right.
I let one fly. I let a bolt fly on the sucker.
Show me what you got.
So, 16.
16, your bolt just zips through the air. This little fly baby ducks as it's coming towards you. And
I
the
say
bolt
under my
misses.
breath. I say under breath. Damn fly babies.
Damn fly babies.
So can I reload and fire again?
There is a rapid reload feat. I
don't think I
so.
have.
If you don't have that, then you
Then
hunted
no.
prey.
I hunted prey. Oh, curses! So yeah, I damn fly babies under my breath and start reloading my crossbow.
Did you add
Gotcha.
your hunted prey bonus to your 16?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Not great. Not great, Jim.
Sheog, you're up next as these little fly babies are coming. What do you do?
I take out my falchion
Okay.
and I get ready to aim at the nearest one to me.
Okay. So taking out your falchion is just the one action, and then
Yeah.
you can ready an action using your remaining 2 actions. So if you want to ready a strike when it comes down near you, you could then hit it as a reaction.
Oh, sure.
All right. So you just wait. You bide your time. If it comes near you, you're gonna thwack it real good. Khan Shaka.
Khan's going to dismiss being a deer
Okay.
as I guess that's just dismiss.
Okay.
And then he's going to point his finger at the 2 babies and scream, "Unlimited power!" And electric arc, which is a reflex.
All right. The first fly baby got a 16.
Fails.
Fails. So that arcs into the second fly baby, who gets a 25.
Succeeds. So you probably take half. And this is level 2, so that's 2d4. So that's those are 2 1s. So it's 2 plus my spellcasting modifier, which I think is my wisdom. So
Yep.
2 plus 4 is 6. 1 takes 6, 1 takes 3.
All right. This little jolt of electricity comes, zaps both of these little fly babies. Dismissing a spell takes an action, and then casting is 2. So we move on to fly baby turn. Fly baby 1 swoops down, buzzing just over not Fanray, but Sheog's head, which is going to go ahead and trigger her attack. So go ahead and make that.
Yes, thank you. Let's see here. No, 16.
16. So these things are so fast, and they move a little bit like flies, where like you think you've got it, and then it's just all of a sudden somewhere else. You're like, God, you miss it.
Oh, I hate flies. Makes me stretch.
As it comes swooping in at Fanray to try to bite it with its horrible little mandibles. That is an 18 to hit, Fanray.
No.
No, so it comes down, zips in, and tries to bite, but it can't get you. It is going to take its third and final action to try one more time, hitting an armor class of 21.
Yeah.
All right. It sinks its horrible chewing mandibles into you. You are going to take 12 points of piercing damage. And there's this burning like filth in the wound that deals 2 points of evil damage. Evil. That's all it can do. The second one is going to zip down, and this is the one that Matt Mercenary shot at. It's going to try to zip in and bite him. Matt Mercenary, that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah. Fly babies.
Fly baby comes in. Fly baby comes in, and it's 11 points of piercing damage.
Wow, these fly babies.
4 points of evil damage. And that is their turn. We move on to Harry Plopper.
So Harry will he'll look at one of these fly babies and he'll go, I'm riding a bear. Look at me. Tickle Sempra. And I need a will save.
A will save.
A will save.
All right, let's see what I can do. That is a 14, which I don't think is going to do it.
So that is a failure, as you are filled. I do have to ask, though, is this a living creature?
It is. It does. It is a living creature.
So
yes.
You are filled with just uncontrollable laughter at this little boy who is riding a bear who's dead, and you are slowed 1, so you're like me and you can't use reactions.
All right, slowed 1 can't use reactions. This thing has like a weird, like buzzy laugh that is probably more annoying than even Harry Plopper is constantly introducing himself.
What does it sound like,
It's
Jim?
really just horrible for
No.
everybody.
No.
Give us a taste.
I don't know.
I love it.
No, perfect.
I assume that was your 2 actions, Harry.
Oh yes, that was my 2 actions.
Fan Ray, you've got one of these flybabies up in your face. It suddenly starts laughing. What do you do?
Is it close enough that I can attack it with my rapier or a dagger in hand, or do I need to throw it?
No, it bit you. So yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stabby stab. I'm also
Stab.
kicking myself for not picking up my short bow. Alrighty. The first attack with the dagger is a 15.
15 is a miss.
Great. Rapier coming in. Natural 20.
Nice.
Hey,
Gotta do it
critical
every
hit.
time.
Yeah. And I'm gonna activate my champion's talisman that I literally have saved up since forever ago.
Very nice.
The total on that would have been a 20. Just so you know.
2020?
Yeah.
20.
2020.
A 2020.
All right.
20 is a hit, so it does, it's a critical hit.
Sweet. Okay, deadly D8, so that is 8 points of damage.
All right. This laughing flybaby gets us stabbed in the gut, and for some reason, it's still laughing. The laughter doesn't make it flat-footed, does it, Harry Plopper?
No, it does not. Just slow.
Okay, gotcha. Okie dokie. Fan Ray, that was just 1 action.
Oh,
Or was it?
that was
No,
2. Also,
okay.
did I said 8, but I didn't double it. That was 16.
Oh, even better.
Because it was
16
5 plus
points of
3
damage.
doubled. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Can I do? And the devil is nowhere to be found.
You don't see it. I mean, it was up on the roof, and it disappeared in another puff of smoke. You know that it has some ability to transport itself instantly. So far, you haven't seen it do that, like, long distance. It's only done short hops, but
Right.
you can't see it from where you are.
Could I roll a perception check to see if I hear like screaming in a certain direction?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's an 11.
Yeah, with everything, with all the chaos in your immediate vicinity, there's certainly screaming, there's yelling, there's panic, but you don't know where. You can't make sense of it.
All right.
After that, we move on to the top of the next round. Matt Mercenary.
Oh, this thing's right in my face, Jim. I have this fly baby right here.
Fly baby.
I'm fully cocked, locked, and loaded over here, Jim.
All right.
I take a step back. Do I need to take a step back, or can I just fire right into this sucker?
So if it had a reaction, it could use it. So you're just not sure. Like, but it doesn't like automatically get an attack of opportunity unless it has that reaction.
Would that provoke at all me stepping away, or is that the move action or no?
No, again, it all depends on what reactions it has. If you take 1 5-foot step, it's just 1 action that would not provoke reactions. If you
But
want to
that
move,
doesn't count as a
could.
move for me. 5-foot step is still a freebie.
No, it costs 1 action, but you don't provoke reactions. But then you don't even know if this thing has reactions.
I don't even care. No, I'm firing. I'm firing.
Sure.
I'm firing.
Right.
I want to just want to shoot it right through the middle of its ugly face.
Then Jim says, and then it uses his reaction.
That's a 19 on the die, so that has to do it. That has to do it. Plus 9, plus an extra because I'm hunting that sucker.
So 29.
Whatever it is, I'm not even gonna do the math. I can't do math.
The math is so it would be what 28 to 30. The reason you do want to do that particular math is because 30 is a critical hit.
Oh.
Critical hit.
Yeah.
Critical hit. And I'm also dealing my precision
Actually,
damage
plus
on
the
it.
one from
31.
because Fanray used her champion's badge to give you a +1. So yeah,
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
critical hit.
I'm gonna roll my dice here.
Now that precision damage, like you get precision damage the first time you fire in a round, right?
First time in a round, so that's
So
extra
that
D8.
you double that as well. Precision damage doubles in Pathfinder 2e. So you'll roll instead of 1d8, you'll roll 2d8 precision damage.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's a bit better.
Okay.
Wow.
So basically, this is going to be a 4d8 deal here, right?
Oh yeah, this is big time.
Okay. Not so great. It's only 18. It's only
Okay,
18. It's
still
not that
respectable 18
Great.
points of damage. I wouldn't count it out. This bolt just like point blank, you get the crossbow like right against its little fly stomach and this bolt just explodes out the back of it. This creature's still like flying there and it's alive, but you've created like a literal hole in its abdomen.
Now here I have 2 more actions. I can reload and fire again.
You can, exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes, you
I'm
can.
quickly reloading as fast as I can, just not taking my eyes off this ugly fly baby. And I'm just letting one rip again right at it. And that's probably not going to do it. No. It's a 15.
15, no good.
No, I was too excited.
A little too excited, but you definitely got that critical is still pretty big. So excellent job, Matt Mercenary. Sheog, you are next.
I would like to attend the nearest flybaby to me. Would that be?
You could either go help Fanray or Matt Mercenary, either one.
Oh, I feel her fan race. She helped me up a wall and everything. So we're going for that flybaby.
All right, you go rushing over to Fanray with one action, and then you've got 2 left.
All right.
Now, I don't. Just as a reminder, you could take 2 strikes, or you could use 2 actions to power attack and potentially get that double damage with just one strike. But it would take you 2 actions, so it's up to you how you want us to do that.
Yeah, power. Let's
Power
it.
attack. All right. So your remaining 2 actions, you'll make 1 strike, but if you hit, you'll roll damage dice twice. So.
Ooh, that's fun. Let's see here now. Oh, 29.
29.
Wow.
Did you add the +1 from
30.
the champions?
Thank you.
30.
30.
30 is a critical hit. So you'll actually roll 3 damage dice.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm just so excited. Okay, let me gather these guys here. Okay. Let's see. 9. Oh, 17, 18, 19, 20 on the die plus so 24.
Do you normally add 4 to your damage?
Yeah.
So this time you would add 8 because you're double that. So 28 points of damage is solid. This laughing flybaby just explodes in a shower of gore as you like chop it in 2 with one mighty swing.
Nice. Wow, thank you.
Excellent job, Sheog. That takes us to Khan Shaka.
Khan Shaka does something no one ever seen before.
Oh.
As no one might have noticed, but he actually has 5 sticks on his back the entire time. And so he grabs one and yeets it at one of the flybabies.
The way you're describing this makes me think it's like just random sticks that you find on the ground that you carry with you that you just throw randomly at people.
Yep.
That's a 9 plus 26.
Oh.
Plus
Wait,
1.
a 9 plus what?
Huge bonus.
19 plus 7.
Oh, I thought you said 9, and I was like,
I heard a
9? How
9
did you
too.
like? You
No.
got bonuses out.
19.
Man.
Plus 1, so 27.
27 is a hit. That'll do
Nice.
it. You strike this creature with one of your back sticks.
For 5 points of damage.
All right, you just you're a crunch against this thing's carapace. It takes some damage. It's still buzzing about like a little nasty flybaby.
Can I eat again?
So you would have to grab the stick as one action, throw. You could grab another one or do anything else that costs one action, but you have one action.
Are these undead, Jim?
They are not. If you have knowledge, if you have a religion, you can make a religion check with your last action.
I will do a religion check with my last action because Khan's a little tired. Well, Khan's so tired that he rolled a 1 on that religion check.
You forgot everything about flybabies that you've ever known.
They look like ugly butterflies.
They're like the yes. It is now horrible little flybaby's turn. It is right in front of Matt Mercenary's face.
Oh!
He just blasted a hole in it. But then Khan Shaka threw a stick at it, and it's mad about that for some reason. So it goes buzzing over to Khan Shaka and tries to bite him. So it comes in, and that is going to be 27 to hit.
Okay, I mean, sure.
What's your armor class?
18.
Okay, so not a critical hit. That's good.
No, I was trying to figure out if there's anything Khan could have done. There was not.
You hit it with
just
the
a regular hit. You're going to take 10 points of piercing damage from the mandibles, and then 6 points of evil damage.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
And then it will use its third action to go ahead and try to bite you once more. That is a total of 16, so that's not going to do it as it tries to bite you again for daring to throw a stick at it. Harry Plopper.
Harry Plopper will let everyone know that Furash has donated a total of $16 for 2 edges for Matt and a sink for him as well.
Yes.
Potus has donated $5 for a +1 to Shayog. Go get him, Candace.
Oh, thank you.
Also given Shayog the hero point
Very
by gifting
nice.
to Evandale. So yeah. And then
you.
Harry's riding around on the back of this bear, and he's like, "Oh, hey, bear! Look, this is something that me and my mates used to do." And he just conjures up a snowball, and then he throws it at this fly.
Okay,
Baby.
throw that
Fly baby.
snowball.
Hi, baby.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
+1. So yeah, that's
You know what?
there's that. Give me 1 second. All right, it does a total of 3 points of cold damage, and also you take a -5 foot status to your speed for 1 round.
Well, it won't matter what the speed is, because even though it was a weak, piddling little snowball, it was enough to splat this thing against the wall.
Yes!
It explodes.
I got it with my piddling snowball.
Covered in snow. It is destroyed.
Yay!
The flybabies are dead.
Oh, die, fly babies, die.
But there is no sign of the devil that escaped. And as Fanray noted, it had something in its hand. You have to wonder, did it take the key? You're not even sure. You never saw the key itself. But boy, would that be unfortunate if it did take it. Because it would mean that all that fighting you did was for nothing. So what do you do?
Miss Fanray,
Yes, Khan.
where's your dad?
You know, I don't know.
I'm gonna throw this stick at him.
You have one for me?
Yes, ma'am. He offers you a stick.
She'll take it.
Just a javelin.
I love it. Is
Should-
there... Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to ask, is there anyone around?
I mean, there's people, sure. Again, back in the winery, things are still pretty chaotic. It's only actually been like this is basically all in the last few minutes. All of this has happened, so there's a lot of chaos around. there are people, like not a whole lot of people out in the street. Like the streets aren't completely empty at night, but it is kind of late now at this point. So there's not a ton of like spectators around.
Should we go back and check on is that Struben guy, or should we see what is he dead? What happened?
Harry's eating the fly babies.
Huh.
They're horrific to eat, even by Harry Plopper's standards.
Delicious, but he feasts upon them.
Harry, I know that looks really good, but can you see where this demon went? Are you able to see invisible things, or you're a wizard, right? Yeah, Harry, I said your name. Harry Plopper.
Yes, I'm
talking to you.
Harry Plopper, and
yes.
I'm the boy who died.
Yes.
I'm not a very good wizard.
That's a shame. That's too bad. Okay.
So I also have a stick for the guy that got us into this whole thing. Has anyone seen that guy?
That's what I asked, if we should go back to look for him, or.
Yeah, we probably should. If there's nothing of interest right here at the alley, yeah. I say we head back.
You head back into the building. It isn't too long before you find the very two men that you have been talking about wanting to throw sticks at, because standing arguing in Struben's office are Walter Mithel and Struben himself. They are like in a heated argument as you enter the room. When they notice you, you guys, Walter looks like this won't stand. Now you're in real big trouble. Daughter mine, come here. This man is telling me all of a sudden that he can't even pay up after this absolute disaster that he's put us all through.
I'm sorry, you can't pay after multiple of us almost died, and then this happens?
At this point, Struben's like, well, if you look around you, obviously I am in just as much of a disaster as you all are. But yes, that thing, I guess, must have come in here, and it took the artifact that you were looking for. So no, I can't pay. Look, if you want money, I give you some money. I mean, but I don't have it.
Harry Plopper.
Yes, my name's Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died. Why would you have a devil in here in the first place?
Well, I just thought it would be kind of an exciting battle. I mean, the person I paid someone to summon it temporarily, bind it to my service. I thought it was all going to be safe and good. You guys would kill it, banish it back to hell or whatever, and it would be done.
Who did you hire to summon it?
Some guy. It was Tim Vordal, I guess. Some nerd wizard.
Tim Vordal? What?
Yeah, Tim Vordal.
I did, yep.
It was wonderful!
Harry what? Plopper.
My name's
Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy who died.
It was wonderful! I told you it was wonderful!
Is that what it was? You said Tim something.
Tim Vordal.
Yeah, I don't know. It was Tim.
Tim Vordal. He said untwist the words.
Yep. Where did you find this Tim Vordal?
I don't know. He came to me. He said that I was looking. I put out a notice that I was looking for some excitement, to draw up some excitement in the arena. He comes in. He says he could summon me a devil. I thought that would be a fantastic idea. I didn't know it was going to turn out like this.
Sir, as Khan is slowly bringing the stick closer to his face. What did he take from you?
It was, I don't know what it was. It was just some little thing. I collect things, House Horvath, very famous. Yeah, I'm a collector. I have things from his. There was this weird little metal bat thing that Mithel here wanted. He said it was a key or something. I don't even know. I was gonna trade it to him, and then you guys were gonna fight, and I was gonna make a lot of money, which and then this all happened. So, look, I get it. I'm just as much a victim here as any of us all. We're all victims here.
Oh, yeah, you look real victim-y. Yeah. Listen, we got to find him. What are we going to do?
I don't know. I will. I have connections in the city. I can put out. I can get my guys on it. Mithel. I mean, you could do some of this too. It's if you want this back. I mean, it's your thing at this point. He really kind of stole it from you at this point. Walter Mithel is like, I guess if that's the only way we're going to get a hold of this, I can, of course, reach out, see if we can find this Tim Vordal or what did you say it was? Moldy Vort or something?
It's Moldavort. I've been trying to tell.
Fine. All right. We'll try to find out who this is, but I don't know.
No bracelets then. There's going to be no bracelets.
There's going to the thing is, now let's not jump to conclusions, right? You're heroes, and we have a situation that requires heroics, and the bracelets might still be coming. We don't need to lose hope. That's important.
Can't get out. This cannot get out.
No.
We will lose. We'll lose our license.
Searching. I'll do the searching. I'll find out everything I can about this wizard, right?
Moldy
Who just stand by. Why don't you go get some rest? Rest up. When I have discovered the villain's lair, I will present to you the information. You will swoop in like the brilliant heroes you are, and we get rich. That's still bracelets for everyone. It's just we just got to go a little bit further, just over the next hill.
The next hill may be death.
Not so. Did you see the way that you very nearly killed that devil so quickly? I mean, it was really hurting there for a moment. I was very proud of all of you. You especially, dear daughter.
Crushed in half by a crab, and they said no. You guys said no dying.
And here you all are, alive, except for that one.
All right. I don't think he's going to be any help for the rest of the evening.
Not true. I'm going to do. I'm pulling an all-nighter here, darling. This is my contribution.
Oh boy, Father Dearest doing the work this time. We, on the other hand, need rest.
Sounds good.
And Fanray's just gonna storm out the front.
All right.
Headed back to
Fanray storms out.
And I storm out too. I turn.
Sure.
Harry joins them, but so much slower.
He shuffles angrily away.
Khan just drops his javelin, kind of defeated. We're gonna die. Just like mopes his way out with Barry. Oh, Barry, let's go make sure Fanray's family doesn't murder the town.
Shayok says, "Yes, come on, Barry," and she follows.
So one by one, you leave the winery. Kind of walking through the dark streets. Which are mostly empty. There's certainly some commotion, occasionally, but not really any panic. Like as soon as you get out of the Bright District, it's like this devil. There's no shouts of panic. It's not starting fires. There's no violence in the streets. It's disappeared, and hopefully your father will be able to find some sign of where it went or this wizard who summoned it. But, I mean, at least for the moment, things seem to have calmed down. You hope that perhaps if it's not causing too much chaos, then maybe nobody will find out about your involvement in tonight's events, which would be fantastic for you all. Harry Plopper, for some reason your arm is raised.
Yeah, so Harry like shuffles up as fast as he can to Fanray and is like,
yes, Harry.
My name's Harry Plopper. I'm the boy who died. It seems to me that a key is nothing without its keyhole. So should we perhaps, per chance, maybe check on the thing that we got out from? I don't know if you actually did get it out because I died the 49th time. But the thing that we were searching for underneath your house.
No, I have a fly on me.
Oh, I saw it.
Fly babies!
It's a fly baby!
It's a fly baby! You know, as much as I agree with you on a grand scheme of things, I don't want to be there when it happens. I don't want to be involved in my father's idiocy anymore. He can be the one to say that that's his chest, his treasure. He's the one that got involved with this devil. We, however, need rest. We need to take care of ourselves and to keep our heads down for now.
All right, family, aren't we at least a bit worried about what they might do? It's a necromancer, and I could potentially die and be dead. For good, which would be good.
What?
Khan just lights his hands on fire. Kid, you want? I was confused by that line of sentences.
No,
do you want to die?
It doesn't work. It does it every time. I just want to be dead. And it doesn't work.
Harry, I promise you a final death in the most heroic way possible one day in the future. But that is not now. What we need is rest. And Fanray will continue walking forward.
Okay. So you all sort of split off, eventually returning to your homes, exhausted from the day, probably frustrated, nervous about what might happen next. But eventually drifting off to sleep. Fanray, when you awaken the next morning, you find that there is a black envelope just inside the front door to your apartment. What do you do?
Is there any writing on the envelope?
Nope, it's just a black sealed envelope.
I'll open it.
Okay. You pick it up. You find that there's a letter inside on black paper in silvery ink that shimmers in the light. You see the following. Your father was looking for me, and find me he did. Now I have something that belongs to you, and you have something that belongs to me. Bring the box, and we can set this all right. Meet me at the address below at the stroke of midnight. Bring your friends. I'll surely bring mine. And below that, there is an address that you recognize to be, it's got to be somewhere on the north end of town. What do you do?
Do I have the box?
You know where it is. You have access to it.
Then Fanray would gather herself as quickly as possible and go find the others to go get the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the rest of you, the next day you awaken sometime in the mid-morning. Fanray approaches each of you, sort of gathering you up together. letting you know that, like, she was contacted. What do you guys do?
Guys, don't let me drink that much wine ever again.
No.
I have a splitting headache.
Con and Barry just comes up to Fanray. Alright. I mean, sure. I mean, we're heroic and we do endeavors for reasons. Are we gonna get paid for this? I need to buy stuff. I got a job for reasons. And, like, saving the world, great and everything, but I do have, like, expenses. I mean, I don't really need expenses, but I have expenses.
A bear's got to eat, right? Am I right?
I mean, yes.
I will make sure you receive something for your time.
Oh, no.
What, Harry?
My name's Harry Plopper. I'm the boy who died. Listen, I have gold. I have no use for money. I'm an undead little boy. I'll give you my gold if you just can we go, please? We need to get a mold of gold.
You know I was like fighting with you, family. Let's go.
I'm ready.
All right. The rest of the day is sort of a nervous, anxious time. Fanray, you managed to collect the box with your friends, and at that point, it's just waiting to the appropriate meeting time. Hours stretch, seeming for eons, but eventually the sun sets. Eventually the stars come out, and eventually it's close enough to midnight that you begin making your way through the streets to the appointed address. You come to a dark building marked as the address on Fanray's letter. The streets here are empty, and there's an unnatural chill in the air you find unsettling and uncomfortable. Barry and McCree, you see, also seem very uneasy. As you approach the building, you can see that there actually is just a little bit of light coming in from inside, a ghastly green glow that does nothing to calm your nerves. What do you do?
I would consider sneaking, guys, but I think that our presence is already sensed. I think it's kind of pointless. I'm ready with my crossbow. I'm ready for anything. So I'm fully loaded and I'm ready to go. And I try to, you know what I do? I give McCree a low noon cigar.
A low noon
to try to chill him out.
All right,
so,
yeah, he seems to be a little calmer now.
But this time I take it out and I'm like, guys, watch this. And I throw it to him and he catches it in his mouth. And then I light the match and light it up for him. We're ready.
Impressive. You guys make your way into the building and you see that it is basically just a large open warehouse floor, mostly empty, except that around in the center of the room you see a large black chariot. There are bay doors at the far end of this large space, and there are some people standing near them. But between you and those doors where those people are two other figures. One is your father, Fanray. He looks pale and shaky, but unharmed. Standing next to him is a figure cloaked in black, a figure that you, Harry Plopper, recognize, a father figure of sorts to you in these times. This black-cloaked man steps forward and smiles. Hello, heroes, and Harry Plopper. I just knew that eventually you'd come through for me, boy. Indeed, it is I, Tim Vordal, or perhaps you better know me as Moldavort. See, because Tim it's an anagram. I spelled it. If you unscramble the letters, I don't know if you guys figured that out, but it is me. I am Moldavort. Aha, the dread necromancer. Which I'm sure Harry has told you all about, how powerful and evil that I am. So I'm sure that you'll, know of me and my terrible evil, yes? You speak my name in harsh whispers at HEI? Is that true?
I don't really know a lot about you. I don't know. I just kind of met Harry Plopper just recently, so.
No,
Well, then now you know that I'm quite a formidable villain, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
When, you're making lists of villains I am probably at the top of that list now.
Khan
right?
just gets ready to grabs his stick.
Yes, indeed. Get ready for a confrontation.
Harry Plopper!
Yes, my name is Harry Plopper, and I'm the boy. Yet, Moondevolt, I did want to let you know that I have been telling them about Moondevolt the entire time. And so I knew that you existed, and I was trying to warn them of your presence, but they just didn't want to listen. And then I unscrambled your name there. I did it, and I just... Everyone Moondevolt!
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't look like they're very surprised or frightened to be in my presence, so I'm not sure that you really did a good job of it, Mr. Plopper. But, that's neither here nor there. We're here for business. You just load that box onto the carriage. I will release Lord Mithel to you. If there's any funny business, you're all dead. Though you won't stay that way for long. But that's, not because you're going to be rescued, but because I will turn you into undead minions. You're going to be dead, undead. Yes.
I would listen.
So what do you say, heroes?
Why exactly do you want this chest?
Because I know where it came from. And the power that it contains will make me the most powerful and feared necromancer in the history of the world. If you don't speak my name in trembled whispers yet, you very soon will. If you want to put up wanted posters, I do have a few that I've already printed out if you wish to warn the populace of the coming evil.
I have been trying to warn everyone, and they just sometimes they don't listen.
You're very much into self-promotion there. Printed out your pictures and everything.
Yeah, your name isn't Moldy. What is it? Moldy Wart? Moldy Wart? It's just not. It's not intimidating at all. I don't know.
Just load the box onto the carriage, and you'll see very soon. And then we'll, there will be trembled whispers soon enough. And you don't need this mockery right now.
Okay. We'll give you the box, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Are we giving him the box?
I don't think we should.
What do we do?
I don't know. Why is everyone looking at me?
Because you're so smart.
Oh man, I know what Lamar wants to do. I'm trying to be a team player and wait for a more sensible answer. I just want to let you know, it's ready to go.
As you guys are all sort of hesitating, Moldavort pulls a wand from his belt and he grabs Walter Mithel and he points it right at the guy's head. He's like, I'm warning you that we're all here. Don't you mess with me because I am quite evil and incredibly powerful and I will make this man explode right in front of you.
Okay, Sheog.
Yeah.
Grab the box with me. We'll take it forward and then we'll figure it out there. But we won't give it to him.
Should I shoot him as you're going forward?
Hoping my father can get out of the way.
I'm a great shot.
It's up to you.
Just yell back, okay, let's go.
Yes. Okay. And I'll pick up the box with Sheog.
Okay.
And start slowly walking forward.
Okay. You guys pick up the box. Moldavort is real nervous watching you guys. He's inching closer to the carriage, watching the box. You get right up next to it. What do you do? Yes, load it on the back there.
There's a drop of sweat dripping down Matt Mercenary's forehead.
Jim, how nervous is Moldy?
He looks nervous, but you can tell he's definitely on edge. You guys weren't exactly subtle about your whispers, so he figures you guys are going to try some sense, and he knows he's outnumbered currently, so he's doesn't know quite what's going to happen.
good, the bad, and the ugly. So we're all like in a
it's definitely
standoff. It's
quite a
going
standoff.
tall to faces. I'm kind of ready. I'm slowly, because I was holding onto my crossbow. I'm kind of slowly, more sweat's beating in my forehead. And I'm waiting for any moment to see what Fanray and Sheog do.
Somehow, even though you're inside, there's this warm wind that blows a tumbleweed between the two of the groups of you.
All right, release him, and then you can have the chest.
No. You see, I think you load that box right onto the carriage, and I'll let you have your father.
Okay. Here,
Harry just thinks
Fanray.
this is-
Give me the box.
Fanray releases the box to Sheog.
Harry just
Sheog.
thinks that they're actually doing this, so he's like,
Sheog walks up to the back of, getting ready to put the box down, and looks right over the devil's shoulder, and says, "Who do you bring with you? Who's right there behind you?"
Those are my associates. Make a perception check.
Okay. 24.
24. Looking over, you can see the two people, their skin is oddly green and mottled with necrotic flesh. They're not zombies, but you don't think those guys are alive.
Sheog prepares to put the box down and then accidentally drops it on the floor,
Okay.
kneeling quickly and pulling out her falchion.
I fire the crossbow! I fire my crossbow!
All right. Chaos breaks out. Roll initiative.
Okay, I might be going first.
All right, Kanshaka.
29.
29. Ooh, Kanshaka.
Nice.
It was rest to go for a long time.
18 for
Sheog?
Sheog.
Sheog for 18. Fanray.
26.
Ooh,
Wow.
26 for Fanray. Matt.
Just a 20.
20 for Matt. Mercenary. Harry Plopper.
a wizardly 14. And it does make sense as he was like, just trust that they were going to do the actual thing that they said that they were.
Kanshaka, you see Sheog drop the box and then in one fluid motion goes for her blade. You know it's on. What do you do?
Khan lets out this massive roar and becomes a bear. No one saw
You
that.
become a bear.
And charges at this man and attacks him.
Okay.
Yes.
You cast. It would take you 2 moves to get close to him. So at the end of your movement, though, you would be right up next to him, and Walter Mithel in bear form.
That. You know what? Sure, Jim. As a free action, he could feel the heat of the bear ready to go. He's ready to go, Jim.
Ready to go. This guy sees it's on. It's all come to a head. He lets go of Walter Mithel, pushes him forward, almost into Kanshaka, who's charging as a bear. He leaps up onto the carriage and grabs the reins and just slams the reins down. And even though there's actually no horse attached to this carriage, but it lurches forward in a sudden rush of movement. I do need an acrobatics check from Sheog. Because you're on the back of this thing, and it goes so fast, you almost fall backward.
Oh, so that would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You managed to stay on your feet, but this carriage is going. As this is happening, the 2 undead figures at the far end are opening the bay doors so the chariot can go rushing out into the night. Oh, no! Sheog, you can try to leap off if you want, but otherwise you're going for a ride.
I got to get off! I got to get off of this! I got to
Can I take the box?
What do you do?
I jump off with the box!
You dropped the box. You don't have an action. Like, if it reacts, you gotta just roll off the back.
I gotta roll. Sorry, guys.
All right, make another acrobatics check.
2.
That's not gonna do it. You definitely fall off the back, but you fall prone right between these two undead creatures that are now looking hungrily down at you. And as they lick their lips with this long spear-like tongue, you see their mouths are full of sharp, rotting teeth. Luckily, they spent all of their actions.
It's an eat-deather!
They spent all their actions opening up the door, so they don't get to pounce upon the fallen Sheog. But Fanray, it is your turn.
Yep, Fanray's gonna... Ooh. Dad's fine. Sheog's okay. Do I go after this guy? Fanray's just gonna draw rapier and dagger and go running.
All right, since you were up near the carriage already, with one action you could get to one of these ghoulish creatures, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A quick stabby stab?
One quick stab. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Man, I wish I took dice rolls that were outside of the box. Okay. 19 on the die is a 27.
27 does it. That is not a critical hit, but it is a hit.
Okay. That is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You stab into this thing, but as you get close to it, there is this powerful smell of rotting flesh, and you do need to make a fortitude save.
Oh, gross. Okay. Oh, I am. I have a hero point that I would like to use for a reroll. Because that was a natural 2.
Ooh.
So, okay, a little better. 17.
17. Yeah, you manage to stay. You keep your lunch down, but it is a powerful, sickening stench. Though you're okay for the moment. Matt Mercenary.
Yeah, Matt Mercenary. How far away was I from the carriage?
About 45 feet from the carriage, and then there's another 30 feet to the creatures. It's still within your crossbow range. The creatures are.
But the carriage, is that carriage just going to be gone with the chest?
It's moving incredibly fast under
so
some kind of magical
There's no way
propulsion.
I could run. There's no way I could run up and try to.
It doesn't seem like you could catch it on foot. You would definitely need like a horse maybe to try to catch it.
Oh hell! Well, I was gonna.
30 feet.
Do I have eyes on Moldivort?
No, he was on the carriage. He's out in the night now. Like,
he's gone.
rushed. Like you can sort of see the carriage, but like it is moving under some kind of magical propulsion very quickly away from all of you.
All right. Well, we're here now, and we're fighting these green guys. So I was ready to shoot Moldivort. All this stuff went down, so I have to change aim. I raise my crossbow to the ugly green creature, undead people.
All right.
And I fire my crossbow.
All right.
Jim.
I am gonna use that sync I've got on your attack.
Okay. It's a bad decision because it was a pretty good number on the die. So 26.
All right. Well, yeah, next to the 25, which isn't very good. So you still hit.
Okay. There's an ant on my slide whistle. This is a problem. All right. So that's 1 point of damage. That's it. That's all that bolt gave you was 1.
Oof.
Ugh.
A graze.
So quickly reload and fire again.
Okay.
You should add your edges.
I'm gonna. You know what? I will add my edges. I'm gonna add my edges
Nice.
to this. 16.
16. I'm gonna do it. Bolt goes wide. It's the wall. We move on.
The bracelets, McCree. We lost the bracelets.
I believe we are at Sheog's actual turn now. You're like laying on the ground between these two undead creatures that look like they're about to pounce on you.
Oh,
What do you do?
I think Sheog would like to get up immediately.
All right, you stand up, one action.
And then she would like to turn around and point at Fanray.
Okay. And kill her. Yeah.
And I'd like to take a swing at the. They're both standing right in front of me.
They're both like to the sides of you, so you'd have to step up to one of them.
Okay, I would love to step up to one of them.
There's one that Fanray is fighting and one that's on its own. Which one do you want to go up to?
The one with the Fanray.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
Sure. All right, you step up to it. As you get close to it, that powerful stench of death invades your nostrils, and I need a fortitude save.
Oh boy. Oh, that would be a 29.
Oh
Nice.
Wow! Yeah, you you're too angry to care how bad it smells. Go ahead and make your attack.
All right, that would be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
And 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. This thing is getting cut up, but it is still standing strong. Harry Plopper. What?
I told you Omega was a thing. I'm not Bootbase!
And he on the one that they're not fighting just brings down just a torrent of lightning on it. Reflex save.
Natural 1.
Oh boy, yeah. That is a
That's gonna hurt so bad.
okay. Oh boy. That's 21 points of damage.
21 points of electricity damage. Is that? Did you roll? How many? Did you roll the damage dice twice? Because I critically failed. That's double.
Okay, sorry. 46 points of damage.
This lightning comes down from the sky, and you guys are all momentarily blinded. There's it's so bright, and as the spots clear from your vision, you just see a black patch of broken stone on the ground and some smoking boots, and that's it. There's just nothing left of this creature.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Take this other guy.
Got on you, Harry.
It is Kanshaka's turn now.
How far away is this thing from me?
Just 30 feet.
Khan's gonna use his full movement and Barry as well.
Okay.
He is full angry and is going to make as many attacks as possible. So
You can get one action to get to him, and then you have 2 more actions left, so slash away. Or bite, whichever you prefer. However, as you get close within melee range, you need a fortitude save, as the stench is overwhelming here.
Oh, that's not my good one. Okay. That's not the best. 17?
That's enough, though. Your rage is enough to stave off the sickening sensation of this aura of smell this creature has.
All right. First attack. Plus 9. 17 plus 9, 26.
26 is a hit.
All right. Barry also hits, so it's 2 plus 5, 7 plus 7, 14 plus 4, 18 points of damage.
The combined might of Barry and Kanshaka just slashing into this dead, rotting flesh is enough to flay this creature limb from limb, tearing it apart in a bear-like rage, and this thing is destroyed. There's a moment of calm as this second undead monstrosity is torn apart. Walter Mithel is like huffing, and he's so you saved me, but we lost. There's no. I'm afraid that there's no bracelets for anybody today. But surely, we'll just have to track him down, and we can do this just, over the next hill, right? And then we'll all be rich, right?
Con and Barry slowly walk over to Fanray's father. Gets real close up to him, and it lets out this unbelievable roar in his face.
This definitely
surround sound.
Definitely snaps him out of his little fog as you all realize that Moldavort is indeed real. Harry Plopper wasn't kidding. And now there is a mad necromancer on the loose with the key to some treasure that you don't even know what it does. But you have a feeling that you all might become very familiar with its effects as whatever this necromancer's plans are come to fruition in the coming days in the city of Cavaloshia. And that is the end of our tale for tonight. We have come to the end.
Wow.
Ooh, piss.
Real good, Jim.
Good job, everybody. It was a fun night. I hope y'all had fun, even though it was pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Let's spend a few seconds with chat before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat, believe it or not, the bear can only move 30 feet around. I thought they'd be faster myself.
They're powerful, but not super fast.
Jim, Lucas would like to know, you made his dumb gimmick canon?
It's not like we can get rid of him, so I might as well join him.
Can't even join him.
Brian Sommers says, my God, it just hit me. If we cut off Ben's hands, we will never have to hear from Harry again. Drastic, yes, but necessary.
I love that that's now the plan. Instead of killing Harry Plopper, it's just cut off his hands, tie him up, and put him in a room where he can't move.
No, it's because I'm always raising my hand, so if I can't raise my hand, they think I want to
talk. As if you wouldn't raise your nub. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Sarah Ann Dippity said, wow, don't piss off Plopper with my 46 points.
Oh yeah, holy cow. You said you were a bad wizard.
Harry Plopper's like the home run hitter that you bring in, like he's like he doesn't look like he should be a hero. He doesn't look like he should play baseball, but you bring him in and he misses 90% of the time. But that one hit, that's a big one.
You did just vaporize a ghast with a single spell.
It was awesome.
Yeah. BRN985. I think talking about Moldavort with this necromantic whatever in this box says, so he'd upgrade to a lich?
Maybe that's his plan. Maybe it's something else. Who knows? We will find out in the coming days. Speaking of the coming days, do not forget, tomorrow's Saturday, which means that Ben is GMing. You got things in space. Of course, you'll see some of us again on Monday night as we get into Crits and Giggles with Candace, Jamie, and Ben, and myself being a part of that show. There is not a big break anymore in the middle of the week because Kids on Bikes, we are streaming Occurrences at Owl Creek Ridge. Jared is stepping in Wednesdays at 6 p.m. To take that show, and Department of Mysteries on Thursdays, but that's during the day. So if all of you are all worried about our late nights, you finally get to tune in during the day at 1 p.m. Department of Mysteries. Of course, Friday brings us to another heroic endeavor where I will be a fair and just GM. Let it not be said that I'm not fair and just in these times when I even embrace Harry Plopper's horrible backstory and let him have fun in my game. But we will be back. It'll be a good time. Of course, don't forget, sometime this week, there will be a vote for the Employee of the Week. make sure that you're there. I think there were a lot of really cool moments from each of our heroes this week, so it could be a tight race. And don't forget that when you get nominated as the hero of the week, you start your next session with a hero point. So Oopsie, next time he shows up, he's actually going to have a hero point on the board to begin with. So those votes count, you know. In any case, I will see you all in the coming days. Thank you so much for tuning in, sticking with us. Thank you for playing with me, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.